Danny still not able to close it out.
My God. Issei has a Hail Mary.
Holy cow! They did it! Oh my God!
Jaden Ray Jr., you can't be doing this. Actually,
Oh my God.
He's not dead?
Okay.
Okay. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a trendsetter. Okay. Let go. Hey, okay, I know I'm here to stay. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe. Trying to go against us, get you out the way. Go hard, it's the only way to play. Let me say, I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Who can do it better? I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Hey, look, they keep calling me, could you ride this beat, look proudly? Okay, it ain't no problem, see, I can mold this thing like pottery, Better than I'ma bet on myself. And before the top, and I don't need your help. We set the tempo, we run this thing in simple. Let's go. Boy, I'm locked in. Know your place, I'm top 10. And all my haters watching, so you know I keep on clocking. Let's go. Time, my whole style of go. Mine, take my place, I hold mine. Run up, then it's go time. It's show time. Whoa. Yeah, they know I'm the one that set the trends, y'all. Tell them tenfold, I'm gonna change the tempo. Okay. Tell them I can't play it safe. Got more wins on the way. Gotta show them how to do it. Man, my team making plays. Okay, your team better play off. Sleeping on me, wake up. Too easy just to lay off. Okay, tell me who you know can do it better. I know, they know, we know I'm a trendsetter. Hey, okay, I know I'm here to stay. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe. Players trying to go against us, get you out the way. Go hard, it's the only way to play. Let me say, okay. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a trendsetter. Okay. Let go. Hey, okay, I know I'm here to stay. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe. Players trying to go against us, get you out the way. Go hard, it's the only way to play. Let me say, I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Who can do it better? I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Hey, look, they keep calling me, could you ride this beat, look proudly? Okay, it ain't no problem, see, I can mold this thing like pottery, Better, I'ma bet on myself. And before the top, and I don't need your help. We set the tempo, we run this thing in simple. Let's go. Boy, I'm locked in. Know your place, I'm top 10. And all my haters watching, so you know I keep on clocking. Let's go. Time, my whole style of go. Mine, take my place, I hold mine. Run up, then it's go time. It's show time. Whoa. Yeah, they know I'm the one that set the trends, y'all. Tell them tenfold, I'm gonna change the tempo. Okay. Tell them I can't play it safe. Got more wins on the way. Gotta show them how to do it. Man, my team making plays. Okay, your team better play off. Sleeping on me, wake up. Too easy just to lay off. Okay, tell me who you know can do it better. I know, they know, we know I'm a trendsetter. Hey, okay, I know I'm here to stay. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe. Players trying to go against us, get you out the way. Go hard, it's the only way to play. Let me say, I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Who can do it better? I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Hey, look, told them I would elevate, now watch me go up. Critics acting up confused, they can watch me blow up. Knew I had it in the bag, I just had to show up. Started blowing up sad, got no plans to slow up. Okay, mama said I'd make it, then I know that she ain't never lie. Said they need a double, still they lost, cause they ain't hit my line. Whoa, it's my time on the dot, gotta shine, let them watch, cause we gaming for the top, this a bop, whoa. Hey, okay, I know I'm here to stay. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe. Players trying to go against us, get you out the way. Go hard, it's the only way to play. Let me say, I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Who can do it better? I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Hey, look. Did it stir? I can't play it safe. don't feel right unless the odds against me. Back against the wall of my strength. Yeah, I can't let it break. Everything I've been through, it made me better. Ooh, I love the hate, it just made me better. Yeah, been through everything, it just made me better. Yeah, I can't waste the pain, it just made me better. Yeah, working every day, it just made me better. 1, 2, check, a 1, 2, I'm going in, is that an L? W is still a win. Got it off the muscle, all I know is hustle. All I know is making something out of nothing. What you think this is? I had to hop in the kitchen, I'm really on fire, you know, ignited, yeah. I know some people don't like it, I'm moving with flavor, they probably a bite it, yeah. Trendsetter, being better, I can't take the credit, yeah, wait. Yeah, been on fire, boy, that's flambe. Only time you see my head down is when I'm praying. When my back is turned on, only time they wanna see it. Water on me, floor is cold as ice, I'm finna trade, yeah. And serve it to the people, they need help, it's no delay, yeah. The odds against me, back against the wall of my strength, yeah. I can't let it break. Everything I've been through, it made me better. Ooh, I love the hate, it just made me better. Yeah, been through everything, it just made me better. Yeah, I can't waste the pain, it just made me better. Yeah, working every day, it just made me better. Hold up, what they finna say? Tell it to your mammy, it don't matter, I ain't listening anyway. They just mad the seat decide to drop, they look like ocean spray. You can get it too if you just work more than you talk today. This what happen when you take your pain and make it motivation. It ain't gonna be easy trying to be a legend, it's the payment. You need execution, not excuses, dog, you gotta face it. They don't want the truth, but if you quit, you don't deserve to make it. What you think they giving greatness out? Now you gotta take it. They don't know the hustle, they confused when they look at you. Till you hit your goals, they all shot, they think you Pikachu. Put your mind to it, you can do it, yeah, and I'm the proof. Unless the odds against me, back against the wall of my strength, yeah. I can't let it break. Everything I've been through, it made me better. Ooh, I love the hate, it just made me better. Yeah, been through everything, it just made me better. Yeah, I can't waste the pain, it just made me better. Yeah, working every day, it just made me better.
Contemplating all of my goals. Look, will I fold or will I chase them? I got adversity, two options. I can handle it purposefully or I can let it murder me. But sign up for war, point out the target, show me the giants. Hold your applause, just getting started, sending the lions. Ambition ain't for the weak, I see it before I speak. Ready and willing, is you ready for me? With or without your end. Oh, you try to make me say, no, there's nothing you can say, cause I'm flying away. With or without my sails. Oh, you try to make me say, no, there's nothing you can say, but I'm flying away. Now I ain't looking for handouts, I'm looking to stand out. Got the vision coming, watch how it pans out. I've been writing my plans down, trying to stay focused, put out the notice. Who the GOAT is, me hands down, yeah. No time for arguments, I cut out the politics, no. It's all my competence, I could cause your apocalypse. Ambition, it ain't for the weak, get it even when I sleep. Ready and willing, what you ready to say. But I'm flying away, with or without your end.
Danny still not able to close it out.
My God.
Whip. Issei has a Hail Mary.
Holy cow! They did it! Oh my god!
Jaden Ray Jr., you can't be doing this. Actually,
Oh my God.
He's not dead!
Okay. How is everyone doing? And welcome to Breakout Series, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves Edition number 4, where this is the bracket where we see some intense action, some insightful analysis by my partner here, and myself, the weeb, hoping to see my Shiranui. I am Tomatok, and my partner tonight is Non-Factor. He is a great guy. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, man. I'm locked and loaded, ready to go. I see an absolutely stacked top 16 with a bunch of fan favorites that are on there, Thomas. So I know the fireworks are gonna fly. It's so nice that this game has barely been out for like a little over a month or so now, and
Yeah.
it's just evolving in such a beautiful way.
Yeah, and I mean, like when we commentated, like I was so like busy with so many different things, so I had like hadn't even had a chance to see the meta. But like I forget, we were all sort of in the same boat, and now we're starting to see some of the metas out there. Like at one time, we were just talking on pre-show, like Reacha seemed to be the person that was sort of that beta love, like the beta child, like summer child, where everyone was just going after her. Now, at least we might see her in this bracket because she was around, but most other brackets that I've seen, she's like nowhere to be found. Along with your Mai's, along with your BJNets, what would you normally get from like your casuals? It's been Hokutomaru's, Otaru's. All of a sudden, Billy Kane is another one, and Marco. Actually, I've been seeing a lot of Marcos lately. What about you?
Yeah, it's been the spread has been becoming like a little more wider outside of those top three that we've seen. You mentioned the Hokotomaru, the Hotaru, and Kain and things like that. And as we look at our top five for the month so far, you see the characters we were just bringing up. The surprise from Billy Kane there, but the usual fan favorites, the Hotaru, Hokutomaru, Terry, and Rock, the prototype Shotos of the game that can really push out a lot of damage and have a decent amount of mix to them. But as things progress here, especially over here at the Breakout Series, we're getting different players in and a wider range of players. So we're going to start seeing a wider range of characters. One of the matches we have coming up right now is going to be Super Grenas with the I think the bottom just changed. War's rocking the Preacher. Hopefully we see that on stream. But the character spread is starting to grow, Toma, and that's exactly what you like to see as a game starts aging.
Yeah, and we're actually going to be seeing a Vox and a Rock. So like seeing a Vox is actually kind of like, I'm actually kind of excited to see that, just knowing some of the command throws, like more of a striker character rather than like a rushdown. Just has big buttons, and some of the command throws I know are pretty deadly that can go right into like big combos. I'm not really sure about his rev blow or anything because, like I said, we're still trying to figure out a lot of this stuff. But like, I'm always impressed by at least his damage output. Like he could be legit just 2 touches and you're done. Like, in combos, like that's just how deadly he can be. Not even using the hidden gear. So like that's just like kind of crazy. So I would like to see how that would kind of go up against a, pretty much an all-rounder of Rock. Just, your normal projectiles and anti-airs and everything like that. Just want to see how that would fare against someone like a Vox that we haven't seen.
Yeah, it's so strange too with the game, like we were talking about earlier, just being like a little over a month old. When those tier lists, those super early tier lists that we were criticizing last time we come together, Vox was kind of a consensus bottom one. I know Diaphone made a video on it where he really wanted to show off the strength of the character, and you were saying there's so many options on offense you can use in the corner between the command throws and just meaty buttons to set up for a lot of damage without having to use a lot of meters. So hopefully, as time progresses, we see the character get a lot more love, because I really think that there's not a character you can kind of sleep on in this game. They all have a wider range of tools. They all use the system mechanics in very different ways. It might come down to the rev blows at the end of the day, but I think this is one of the few fighting games where every character is actually tournament viable.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, it's like the one thing I do love about this game than some of the other ones is that I love defensive options. So when I play, I'm an old school player, so you're trying to, like we talked about this, so you're trying to stay on the king of the hill. Like most people don't go all out like back in those days. You were actually trying to make sure you poked right and you held up your defense, because kind of the more time you're on there, more value for your money.
Yeah.
But like when you had defensive options, that was like sort of the thing I liked, the block and them punishing and all that type of stuff. All that's up there. But hey, we're going right into it with the Rock and the Vox. I didn't catch their names. We'll see them in a second as they load up.
Round 1. Get ready.
It's Ryuki and So Sick Nash fan.
Now I want to know if that's like Nash from Street Fighter or what kind of character they're into, because we might see a little bit of hint of that just based off of their playstyle. Immediately getting in. Those are the options we were talking about with Vox earlier.
All those dashes going in, but you got Rock with the run, trying to push up all that pressure. I'm just trying to bring Sosek all the way to the other corner here, and does. Wow, look at that. With the hard knockdown, so can't roll out there, but here comes Sosek getting out of that corner.
Ryuki, excuse me, currently in SPG. Ryuki is one of those characters, or one of those players that I've watched a lot of online tournament footage of them, and I feel like they're one of the players that is kind of setting the blueprint for how neutral should be played with one of these shuttle-like characters. They like to get the lead, and then it's immediate keep away. A lot of the air fireballs like we're seeing on screen right now, and the Rapukin's on the floor and chasing right after him.
Oh yeah, I saw that in that gameplay where you were just zoning him out with the fireballs, get the one poke, and then confirm into the finish to get that first round. Ryuki goes up one round here in game 1.
Seems like it's kill or be killed right now. So sick Nash fan just going in, and once he gets full screen, Vox does have some neutral skip stuff with those command dashes, but getting around the fireball game is probably going to be the biggest weakness of the character. Just has to really kind of pick and choose his moments when he wants to hit the gas. Like we just see right there with a massive punish. Currently in SPG, just charging forward on Ryuki right now.
I mean, you kind of can sense it. Wow, and he goes into the hidden gear right here. You can definitely sense it when he has the SPG right in the beginning like that. Like, you know he's going to go after you, like, right in the beginning. He's going to try to get in. It's almost like the game plan for Ryuki should be just try to zone him out and try to get out of that SPG.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when the health is low, like it was for Yuki for most of that round. It's like you watch Animal Planet and you're watching a lion slowly stalk down like an injured gazelle, just waiting for that moment to go in for the kill. And so sick Nash fan just playing methodical, working out from that time around, getting that life lead and just not really giving Ryuki any space to play that zoning game.
No, but there was a little nice anti-air to sort of stop the pressure, but that did not really stop Nash. Nash is trying to keep going here. And now we're playing a little bit of a close neutral now. This is probably not playing into Ryuki's hands.
Yeah, it seems like he really wants no part of it. So sick Nash fan, I love the call to use the SPG early there in case he does have to rev blow to try to steal that momentum back, because early on he's finding himself in the corner and that air fireball game becoming potent once again from Ryuki. They got their life lead and now they're just backing off again.
Yep. We're still on SPG though for Nash. So he's just trying to pick a spot as like Ryuki's just trying to come in and get a little poke just to get it confirmed so he can start off a combo.
Yeah, exactly. And air fireball keeps on coming. There we go, mixing up the offense just a little bit, timing the buttons, cashing out with the gear, coming right back in with a short hop, but goes right behind the back of Nash. Looking for the kill here,
that whiff was a little bit tough right there, and Nash is in a bit of a pickle here. Oh, but nice little counter right back in, but here comes Ryuki to close it out and gets that first game. Ryuki goes up 1-0. Wow, that was pretty good. That was actually a pretty good match. Most of these like matches that we see are usually like really fast. This was actually a really good, kind of intense, neutral game between these two.
Yeah, the old saying is that styles make fights. You can kind of see it here. Like Nash just wants no part of this neutral at this point, continuing to dash in, but it's just once again navigating the fireballs from the side of Ryuki is so hard for them. Great call on the wake up there, still in SPG, can make something happen with it. But it's just nice to see the tables turn and Ryuki have to press that offense just a little bit more.
Yeah, but you can see Ryuki really utilizing his range in the neutral, getting those longer pokes with the, I believe that's the C, not the C, the B, but the standing B, but yeah, wow, he's still kind of close it out. Sorry, I couldn't even finish my thought, and you already finished the round. That is not what it has been this whole game.
It's one thing we've seen Ryuki use, like kind of frugally, that we've seen in these matches so far when he's been on the Breakout series, is he'll just wait to the moment you least expect it to bust out that command throw. You saw it there to close out the round. Nash apparently took a little bit of a unlikeness to that. He's immediately going in, and that's over 50% gone, and he's matching the energy, timing the rev blow equally on there, still in SPG with a massive life lead.
Oh, and that, but it kind of come back here by Ryuki. He's now, oh, I thought he had enough time to get the meter, but there's a big punish there for it by Ryuki. He's now put, Nash in the corner. Oh, this is not looking good for Nash right here. It's not, I thought it was going to kill. How's it going to go? Down to basically one last interaction.
I respect the call from both of them. They're both looking for DPs in the corner right now. Nash just one hit away, using the just defend, and pretty much its intended purpose to keep themselves alive here. Ryuki still finding themselves in overheat. 25 seconds on the clock. It's just a battle of wills here, Toma.
Yeah. Gonna see how it kind of goes. We got, we're still back in the neutral, but the just defends are actually giving some life back to Nash here. 17 seconds left on the clock. Oh, here comes Ryuki trying to push it. Oh, missed DP by Nash, but Nash was able to recover and finish off that round and ties it up in rounds here. Oh, geez, that was an intense last like 15 seconds, man.
Yeah, it's an absolute scramble at the end. And Vox is one of those characters I think actually succeeds very well when it comes down to the scrambles there. Nash ended up making work out for him. 1 round apiece here in game number 2. Yuki trying to close it out. Nash coming through with the big rev blow though, and that's going to be a lot of damage. Still sitting on 2 bars of meter.
Oh, man. Yeah, the wall bounce on Ryuki there. Nash was trying to employ more of his pressure. Now he's trying to absorb whatever Ryuki's throwing at him. And now we're back into the full screen neutral, seeing how Nash is going to respond here. Oh, never mind. Ryuki decided to run up and try to test his waters, but I think that was not a good decision.
Trying to wake up with the super of their own, and Nash is going to go ahead and find the punish. In the middle of overheat was, still sticking to his opponent like glue. I respect the gameplay from Nash right there. He had pretty much a one-track mindset and just wanted to get the mission accomplished.
Yeah, Ryuki was actually almost putting all the pressure on there in a second. Like, he could have just baited him out, but he decided to go in. I mean, I respect the aggression, but oh well. Right now he's doing the aggression. Now I shouldn't say anything. He already got Nash down to half life.
Yeah, Nash trying to be aggressive on defense there at the wake up DP, not working out for him. Now commanding lively from the side of Ryuki, but finding themselves in the corner. So it's like Nash fan can make something happen here. The air fireball game not going to work out too much when your back's against the wall, but a great big rising tackle to get himself out of a bad spot.
Yeah, wake up DD to kind of get himself out of that corner, and now look at Ryuki trying to employ more damage. Nice, another wake up Nash, but that was not enough as Ryuki was able to confirm with the special move at the end there, and now is on set point.
Round 2.
See Nash here before, able to go ahead and turn the tides down 1 round while Ryuki's trying to look to close it out. But see, Ryuki changes the game plan a little bit, going right back to the zoning here. Celtic Nash fan, though, has been on point with the JDs. You pointed out earlier, it's a great way if your opponent does want to sit back and just throw some fireballs. You're going to build up some health at the exact same time and also build some meter up at the same time.
Yeah. And right now, Nash with just about to get the second, there you go, get the second meter there. Try to get out the hidden gear to get all that damage out if he's able to get that confirmed. Oh, misses on the rev blow there. A nice whiff punish by Ryuki to get it, to get some damage down.
Now, one thing I noticed from Ryuki now, he's not really hunting for that big damage. He's kind of getting the 4-hit B&B, backing off, and just taking his lead right there. Right there finds a big punish with the standing B off of a DP, cashing out big-time damage, and might just go ahead and take a little bit of a break here and get in this this block stun and just take off again, throwing the fireballs.
Oh, let's see how Ryuki's going to respond. Is he just going to keep throwing fireball? Oh, did the fireball and run through? Oh, tried to do a rev blow to catch Nash, but didn't really work out. Now they're both in overheat. But Nash falls to that hit on Ryuki, and Ryuki takes the set. I was gonna say though, non-factor. It was kind of interesting watching Ryuki just trying to poke his way out and that last round, and it was waiting. He didn't go in until legit the SPG meter was gone on Nash, and then once that was gone, he just went. That's when you saw him just turn it up. I think he was just waiting that he didn't want to get taken out for 90 damage.
Yeah, we saw early on that Ryuki was really loving the rev blow just right off rip there, so it seemed like he was just kind of waiting until Nash was kind of out of that SPG, so he can kind of just let it fly a little bit more without having to worry about the retaliation.
Yeah, and right now we're seeing a lot of this aggression right now, but I think this was the big scramble that we had, that missed DP right there, but that was it, able to convert by Nash. I mean, some of that last minute scramble was really intense, but it was really great. But Nash, even though he lost, he is in the winner's side, so he'll make it down on the lower side of the bracket. So he's still alive here. So I'm looking forward to seeing the Vox come back. I hope he makes it to top 8. Like, it was actually kind of nice to see a different character this time, someone that we haven't seen, trying to study the game more and, kind of take notes from the people that actually lab that character instead of me labbing him with the little time that we have in our lives,
Yeah, it's just nice too to see the philosophy of gameplay there. You saw early on that Nash was just so ready to just kind of just rip and stick to Ryuki the entire time, and then Ryuki just playing like we talked about it multiple times, that small damage, and then just throw the air fireball because Vox really doesn't have an answer to get around it or anything like that. So it's nice to see the mix in style and the mix of mindsets going on. But I think up next in Winners Top 16, we are going to have that preacher I was talking about with Super Grenas, and then a Kind, which we haven't seen too much here in the Breakout series, but it's going to be El Dogor rocking the Kind. Preacher right now, we brought it up earlier, she was really beloved when it came down to the beta. I mean, even I was a Preacher player during the beta, and I think she's a slept on character. I don't know if she's as I'll put it into layman's terms, as cheap, as the top 3 in this game like to be, but she has a lot of really good Oki options with the fireball and everything she can set up on knockdown.
I was gonna say, it's like she's a character like what I would think like Cammy, like someone that doesn't have like just like simple buttons, a good rush down game plan, but not like super overpowering. But if you can optimize it can be almost devastating. But it just depends on how you rush in. It's not. I don't want to say she's one dimensional, but it's just she's a lot easier to pick up because I was also like a preacher for like the first 2 weeks. But then I started going towards like I also did the Hoku and the Hotarus as well. But I actually started more maining Hotaru just because I just like some of her options. But Preacha still, like, her pokes, like that range on her pokes is like insane. So I want to say like her standing D is like one of the largest like big heavy buttons I've seen. Like it just goes like it goes out for really far for a poke. And like that to start combos is just like it's such an advantage, really, if you think about it. But the Kain is not as much as I see in the Breakout series lately, but is in a lot of the other brackets. Like I've seen a lot of him in in the other ones, like in TNS and Just Frames. So we'll see how this kind of comes out. So it's kind of like 2 new characters for us, but like Kain being a zoner, Preacher being a rushdown, it's kind of like a classic matchup in a way. Let's see how it kind of goes out. On.
Yeah, it's one thing about Kain, like you would think they would be the prototypical zoner, but just like JP and Street Fighter 6 can also get down and dirty in the trenches whenever they need to. See, they're a big flash kick to go ahead and get themselves some space, but Super Grenas continuing just to dash forward. I like the walk and block so far.
Yeah, I mean, Super just decided to go like all out in the round start, just go rushing in. And look at oh my god, the combo expression right there by Super Grania, taking out more than half the life there. And now here comes El Dogor trying to get in there. Oh, but there's a big punish by Dogor on that DP.
I'll tell you one thing, Kain, man, his feint combos go on forever. He's looking like a can-can dancer from like 1950s Vegas, the way he's just kicking that leg up over and over.
The kicking that leg up, that sort of like standing fireball where he just sort of jumps back to. It's just like, oh my god, it's like you want to get in. That's why I'm kind of interested, because it's the rush down nature of Preacha with those like faint sort of combos of it's just interesting to see. But, wow, jeez, these are really 2 good piles. Look at Dogor just kind of keep Super Grania at bay.
It's a big time cross up. And Preacha has like one of the easier combo fillers. What I believe it's called the Preacha combo is her little Rekka series. It's a great way just to sneak in a little bit more damage in the middle of her B&Bs. As you saw right there, Super Grenas just immediately just depleting the bar of El Dogor.
Yeah, but isn't the one drawback on it though is that like she has to use almost all of her rev meter to get to those special parts. So it's just like if you have to go all out, you have to go all out, but you're taking a gamble if you're taking a gamble and you don't want, and if you're not finishing in that matchup and you're already at overheat, being an overheat against the Kain is not the best position right now. But oh my, as we're talking here, freaking Granias is just like pressing buttons and just keeping Kain in the corner, and he takes that first round. Oh my
putting
god!
That SPG up in front looks like it allowed Grenas just to play with confidence, just right off the rip. And like you said, we're in the middle of yapping, and El Dogor's just fighting for his life in the corner as the pressure kept on going. So I love the options. They're looking for a rev blow. So nice will show it ties from the side of Super Grenas, making the most out of putting the SPG up front, and El Dogor has been taking a nice trip to the corner there, Toma.
Oh my god, going right into the corner, like the timing on Super Grania on timing those rev blows to react is just impeccable right now. But now we're kind of slowing it down as El Dogor's trying to put in pressure. But here comes Super Grania, but Super Grania is in overheat right now, so still putting up the aggression. Oh wow, he does not seem to care, still presses the buttons and still is able to close out that round.
Just playing with absolute confidence. That's exactly why they're a 2-time beta champion over here at the Breakout series. You can see right there, it's just even in overheat, just throwing caution to the wind, believing in the DP, believing in their pressure right off the rip. And their timing with their rev blows has just been on point the entire set so far. Here comes another big punish from them, by the way, and El Dogor going to a familiar spot right back in the corner.
Oh man, going back in the corner, but nice wake up, flash kick by Ogor to kind of get out of that corner, but it didn't really matter as he was getting in. But here it comes again. Able to sort of reset the neutral a bit, but nice cross up by Super Granny again, and a nice punish on that back turn. And now, oh, this is not looking good for Delgor.
They go right into the hidden gear to close things out. Yes, sir. Super Grenas cashing out big time with an absolutely show-stopping 2-0 over Eldo Gortoma.
Holy bejeez.
A world where
That
everyone
was-
has to keep fighting? That's
Well,
a
one, that
world
was one.
benefits
That was really
more than
quick.
just
That's what I'm
efficiency
used to
among us.
watching when I'm watching a match in City of the Wolves. And yeah, Super Granny was just like, I guess that's probably one of the things. Not just super confident with his buttons with SPG in the back, but even in Overheat was just going crazy and just kept pressing those buttons and doing those full combos and just spending all the meter that they can to get all that damage.
You know, I can spot a Street Fighter player when I see one, and I know that Super Grenas does play Street Fighter. And just based off of the way they chose to play this game right now, I'm like, oh yeah, I could see it. That's a Blanca player if I ever seen one right there.
Well, you're a Blanca player, so that's probably why you can probably
We speak
see
the
that
same
anyway.
language.
Yeah. I mean, considering it was all like just rush and smother, like it was just smothering Eldogor there, like with Unkind, which I guess that could be the meta against him, is just to make just keep up close. Like you do not want to give him any space. That might be the best way to sort of, make any of those kind pilots uncomfortable. Well, and you can definitely tell he was uncomfortable there because there was even a couple rounds where he couldn't even press a button.
Yeah, it's the same philosophy like when you fight a Guile in Street Fighter, which Super Grenas is probably very familiar with. You want to look for the knockdown, and then just you're going to make them live or die if they want a flash kick. And that's exactly what we saw there. We saw a couple of meaty buttons land. So Eldogor was looking for some options on Wake Up besides the flash kick, but just no one was home that entire set.
I'm just wondering if there was were all of those like knockdowns that Granias was like doing, were they all like hard knockdowns? Because I don't even believe like Dogor could even rolled out or anything like that. Because
the trickier part with Preacha is that dash is very good. She has one of the, in my opinion, one of the better dashes in the game. But we didn't see Super Grenas really go for the fireball setup off of it. It was more just dash and a meaty button. You pointed out before that standing D is such a meaty button that's hard to deal with, even at range and on Wake Up. I'm sure it's even more potent. So whether or not it was a hard knockdown, Super Grenas was able to chase down the entire time.
Enough. Yeah. No, it was just it's just one of those things where I was thinking in my head, just roll out. Like you didn't get thrown. It didn't seem like a hard knockdown, but then like he'd wake up and all of a sudden he was just meeting that standing D, that far D, like right into the face. Like it was like, okay, well, I don't know what to do there. I wouldn't know what to do there. I'd almost just put my controller down and just be like, just watch the show. Like watch.
Yeah, you got it, man. You got it.
Yeah, you got it.
We've all been in those situations before where like your opponent's just cooking and you're like, all right, man, go ahead, we'll take the round.
you got the round, sir. You got the round. You win. GG. Like that's how it always is. At least when I play, I just like learning about the game. So, I mean, I hope there's a lot of people that are still playing this game because it is a great game to even just learn it, and it gives me like great memories. But right now we got Varrock and Hope tomorrow. We got Yurikov and Ryuki here. So this, I believe, should be a top 8 match right now.
And
so
shout
we're
out
already in
Yurikov,
match
by the way, by signing over with Seoul, just trying to get these dubs and get over into that EWC. Massive congratulations for getting on that team. Yurikov definitely deserve it. You can see on screen right now playing with a nice lead there, a little jump back with Ryuki and the SPG.
Oh yeah, already. But we're gonna see how he's gonna utilize. Yep, there we go. All those different jump trajectories and the teleports. A nice rev blow to kind of stop that pressure on Ryuki. Wow, just these neutral grabs just kind of stopping Ryuki is kind of interesting as he goes in the shurikens.
See from Ryuki though, they won't be denied if they want to find some damage. Gets caught with the back throw there from Yurikov. One thing I noticed from Yurikov so far, they're just trying to stick and move, just get their damage and just use those mobility options of Okutamaru. It's one of the things we've seen from the character over and over. They do cash out a lot of damage, but the movement at the end of the day is their best tool.
And Yurikov is a really nice guy. I met him over at DIY. He's a really great player, a really great person to talk to. Loves the game, loves SNK. So it's great to see that he got that opportunity as well. To get into the EWC. But anyway, as we're kind of going in there, Ryuki's also a really great player too, as he's been a veteran here on Breakout, and now he's trying to apply a lot of the pressure back on Yurikov here. Oh, a nice rev low to stop some of that pressure, and now Here comes Ryuki again.
Yeah, interesting to see Ryuki have to play in a different gear than we saw him in the last match just on stream. Not able to play the keep away game of the fireball when you had a life deficit here, but it's just Hokutomaru is just so hard to catch. So Ryuki's got to really make it count once he gets his paws on him.
Right now with Ryuki in overheat, we're trying to see how he's able to respond. Well, that was a great way to respond. Gets that special out and takes out Yurikov in that round. We're tied up in rounds here in game 1.
Yurikov choosing to put the SPG up front. Also does have 2 bars of super there. Can cash out with the hidden gear early. Let's see if they choose to do it off of this B&B punish. Big time damage incoming.
Oh my god, I was going to say, there it is.
Yeah, that should do you for about 60% right there. Yurikov, you can tell, just absolutely been in the lab with this character, almost coast to coast and cashing out all this damage at the exact same time.
I already know him as a lab rat in general. Oh, nice interrupt though right there with his own rev blow, or I believe that was another rev blow. And now here comes Yurikov trying to get it in, gets the hit confirm to finish the combo, gets the perfect as well, and gets this first game.
Yeah, absolutely insane reactions there for the universal anti-air. Just reactions completely on point. That's another thing that makes Yurikov so dangerous is not only are they a lab rat, they just have the instincts of a great fighting game player.
He's been around a long time. He's an old head, so like he has a lot of the SNK like mechanics down, even though this is a new game. And look at him already get that life down, like deleting half the life on Ryuki here. And oh my god, gets that another confirm and keeping Ryuki in the corner.
Yeah, the hang time looking for that cross up, you can tell is just throwing Ryuki off, not really committing to a rising tackle, worried about it showing up on the same side. Great job there with the DP break, going right back into the corner is Yurikov. Gotta watch that red meter though, slowly starting to creep up there, Toma.
Yeah, it's starting to creep up a little bit on Ryuki, trying to get some shimmies, trying to bait out a whiff or a whiff throw, but Yurikov was not biting at all. But there's a nice confirm again by Ryuki. Ryuki's able to get that with the little super. And now, still in overheat. Nice throw tech, but Yurikov is able to close it out. Game 1.
Yeah, it seems like Ryuki just has to spend so much to just try to get Yurikov to just sit down in the corner for just a second so we can start really working his offense.
Man, and you got Ryuki just trying to keep Yurikov in the corner. But, like, nice defense, though, by Yurikov, too. Not, like, yeah, Ryuki's hitting buttons, but you got... Yurikov was just waiting for his opening, and there it was.
Oh, great jump in there. Going to cash out with some more damage. Little light into the hidden gear. Might be just enough to get Ryuki at an SPG here. I love the way that Yurikov's just choosing to spend his meter here. It's been all about keeping Ryuki at an SPG by any means necessary.
Yep. Still have a little SPG left on Ryuki, though, but it's not looking good for him. Nice throw tech by Yurikov. Oh, nice guard cancel, though, to stop that pressure. And now here comes Yurikov, is able to get that confirm on the cross-up and then close out that round and close out that game and set. Yurikov moves on in to winners final.
So cool, Rock.
Just absolutely clean gameplay from the side of Yurikov there. You know, not taking anything away from Ryuki, but just Yurikov just seemed like he was ready for every situation there. You point out the guard cancel just to finish things off, just busting out all the options.
Yeah, I know. And like I said, when you actually watch this guy live do it, like this, what we're seeing is online, but like when you're watching, he's so intense, and when he does his gameplay, it's like it's so like he's so locked in, and that's what I'm imagining him right now. At his console or computer, just like with his fight stick, just going, like downloading his opponent and reading, because like even something with like that guard cancel, you have to, that's a read. Like that you can't, I don't believe you can react to that personally. Or maybe I just don't have good reactions like Yurikov. But regardless, it's a lot easier when it's like a hard read. So like when you do that and then get the cancel, so like I would believe it's usually a hyper defense or at least a just defense. But regardless, to get that cancel, like it's a hard read, and he got it, and he was able to finish it out and close out that round. Kind of a spectacular way to do it too. Yeah,
well, they don't give out sponsorships for nothing, Toma, and Yurikov showing right there, they definitely earned that contract there, and looking forward to what they do, especially over in the offline part of things. I think they were heading over to Combo Breaker this upcoming weekend, so definitely going to keep an eye on Yurikov's run. Are you going to Combo Breaker as well?
I'm going to Combo Breaker, yeah.
I'm so jealous of every single one of you.
I got to do media work, but yeah, I'll see him there. I'll see all the guys from like New York City and everything. That's where I'm from, so like, we'll there's a lot of us going as usual, like. And yeah, but like even we talked about going to EWC for Yurikov and everything, but remember SNK's World Tour, they're all their SNK World Championships. At least for this game, they put a lot into their pool too.
Yeah.
So I think it's also like a $2 million pool, I believe, or 2.5 or something. It's
I think
something
it's
really
2.5, and I think the winner's getting 1.5, which is insane.
It's insane, like how much they're getting at that. So like, it's one of those where you just gotta like, he's gonna get support, and I'm just happy for him that he's getting that support now, where he can get his bag.
Yeah.
Like, he can get his bag of bread. Like, seriously, like that's just awesome.
Well, it's just he cuts his teeth. You know what I mean? He definitely gets the reps in and everything, especially over here at the Breakout Series, one of the greatest spots to come in and get your reps in Fatal Fury. If you eventually want to become a sponsored player like Yurikov, and who knows how far you can take it. But next on stream, I think we're going to see Super Grenas right back on in front of your eyes on your TVs and smartphones with the Preacher once again. An interesting matchup we don't see a lot. We're going to see Preacher and Billy Kane, and that is so hard to call because it's something we don't really see a lot, Toma.
No, it is definitely not what we see a lot. So you're going to see a rushdown versus basically a ranged zoner. Ranged zoner meaning like, they don't really have fireballs, but they have long limbs. Think of your Dulcimes, or think of, I can't think of anybody in Tekken, but like think of that. Like it's just long limbs and just long pokes. Like the standing B, the standing, like all the far Bs and D, like the kicks are like huge with that guy, I believe. You can correct me on the buttons because it's been a minute since I've been labbing him. But first, before we talk about that, I just want to make sure that everyone that is in the chat, make sure you do ! Maturino. We do want to support these players that are in there, even though they have, we were talking about Yurikov being sponsored. Not everybody's sponsored here. This is how they make their bread. So please, if you go in there, ! Maturino, get those codes and put them in. But as we're waiting for this matchup for Super Graniet and Rogelio, I guess that's how you would say it. What are you expecting in this sort of rush down versus zoner?
What we've seen from Super Grenas before is that they're not afraid to let it rip. So if there's any situation in which that Rogelio is going to really be on him, that Super Grenas is just going to let that DP rip on over. But it's going to be interesting to see how we see Rogelio use Billy Kane, because we've seen a couple of different playstyle so far here in the Breakout Series. We saw EP Girl Wakey World, who was kind of just a rushdown character type of playstyle with Billy Kane, which was the first time I seen something like that. And then we've also seen players like Pilch and things like that who choose to take more of the range approach. So it's going to be interesting to see how they choose to navigate, if they want to get down and dirty with the Preacher, or if they want to just keep them at arm's distance. Kane's distance.
Yeah, I just remember when we first watched EP Wakey, or EP World, I'll just call her. Like, we were just both like in awe, like, what is going on? This is the weirdest way we've ever seen Billy Kane play, and we thought he was a scrub in this game, but he's not. We've seen, and now we're seeing him come out more. So we got Rogelio and Granias going at it right here, and now, Rogelio is really just pushing forward already, putting Granias in the corner, but that was a nice little escape by Granias right there with that rev blow.
Yeah, first use of the Rev Guard we've seen tonight too to get them in space there. It seems like Rogelio just really wants to just play close under his terms. Right there we see another 2B landing. That shades of EP right there. The use of the instant overhead as well.
Yeah, but nice. Like a frame 1 special or something? Jeez. That was like insane reaction by Rogelio there. I was just like Granios was like, I thought it was going to land like her standing D, and then all of a sudden Rogelio said nope, and then went through. Rogelio goes up 1 round.
Seems like both of these fighters right now are just treating like a heavyweight bout. Both just kind of just staying in each other's chest. We see a lot of red blow attempts from the side of Grenas, and right there finds one finally. Gotta watch out Rogelio also being an SPG as well.
Yeah, it is like a heavyweight match in like round 8, like round 9, where they're just going at it with like no legs left. But as we're kind of going in, we got a little bit of a neutral, and like you see Rogelio actually is able to space out Granias here using that range, and here comes that super level 1 and keeping up that pressure. See how it kind of goes, but oh no, here comes Granias.
Yeah, it was a great little walk under there. It seemed like Rogelio was just looking for that air-to-air too many times, finds themselves in the corner now. The only way they can really get out is if they choose to spend that super, trying to use the Rev Guard to get themselves some space, and they found it.
They did. Now we're down to one last interaction left. Here comes the super. Oh, but oh man, Rogelio was able to get that hit in before the super fully activated, and he goes up 1-0 here in this winter semifinal.
Yeah, Grenos was just winding up for like the Waiata, and it was just immediately shut down with a punch to the chin from Rogelio right there. But so far, the pace of the match has just been just a battle of wills. No one's really has any interest in playing any kind of ranging. I think I saw one fireball the entire time from the side of Grenos, so they're getting down and dirty here, Tomo.
Oh no, they're getting down and dirty. Like you said, they're just throwing haymakers right now in this match. Like we're going in. Like there is some good defense, but there's almost no range right now. Ooh, bait whip throw on Granius there. Now we're doing a little bit of a shimmies back and forth, trying to see who can win neutral. As we got now Granius is throwing the fireballs.
Yeah, might have got hit in the chin a little too hard, just trying to play the range game now. And you know, what's the tougher part is Billy doesn't really have too many options when it comes to getting out of a zoning game right here. So it looks like Super Goodness might have just, the light bulb went off and they're choosing to change up their play style a bit.
Yeah, well, that's the name of this game. You kind of play your opponent and then adapt if something is not working. But right now, speaking of adapting, Rogelio was able to get more of these in. Well, look at that. Just defense by Super Grandness and is able to punish off of those. Wow, that was good reactions.
Absolutely beautiful. Great job. DP break there. Wasn't able to carry off of it, but a great tech from the side of Rogelio. Their defense has been looking good so far. Super Grandness finding themselves in the corner, backdashing, worried about that DP is Rogelio.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but a nice throw by Granius right there and is able to close it out on Rogelio. It goes up 1 round and it's game 2.
Yeah, Granius just believes in their strings. We've seen it from them like both matches we saw on stream. They're believing in their strings, and it looks like it's kind of throwing their opponent off, as we saw right there to close out the round.
Yeah, and here we go. We're trying to play the neutral, but now there's Rogelio using the advantage. He just poking range of Billy Kane. But here comes Granius trying to push up that rush now. Oh, whoa! Nice throw by Rogelio there.
That's the best option right there to go ahead and just shut down that Rebel, especially when it's being used so much. Granius is just kind of using it like his best friend. Still a little bit in SPG, you have to watch out for it. Does Rogelio, but still just poking away, getting their damage in and setting the tone.
That's a DP out and does a rev blow there. Oh, nice anti-air and a punish. Oh man, this is not looking good for Granius right now. Just do it? Nope. Okay, now it did.
There you go.
Still trying to get
with
used
the Scrooge McDuck there.
Yeah, still trying to get used to the damage output right now. It's a little it's still new. I'm still getting used to it, but got it down, man.
It seems like every time I think something's gonna kill, it's a sliver, and every time I think there's gonna be a sliver, it kills. So I definitely feel you on that one.
Yeah, it's all good though. Anyway, but here we go. We got kind of tied in life here, but no SPG for Super Granius right now. So kind of in a little bit of a disadvantage not to be able to use any hidden gears or discounts. But oh man, look at Rogelio's trying to get in there right now and just apply some pressure and try to beat a whiff, it looks like.
Yeah, it seems like when Granius isn't in the SPG, they're just kind of on the back foot, and right now Rogelio just making the most out of it, just playing their spacing perfectly, just not giving Super Granius enough room to really jump out or just throw anything silly out. A 2B connection there into the Super. It's going to be business decision time for Super Granius as they're sitting on meter, chooses to wake up, and it's not going to work out for him, but you got to watch out for the last hit.
I was going to say, I was waiting for the punish by Rogelio, but it was not able. Oh, and there's another punish by Granius. Oh, this is not looking good right now. Look at Granius trying to add. Oh, another one. Okay, now he's going to hold it and get the proper punish. He learned the first time.
Yeah.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on... Yeah, whatever. I don't know the whole thing, how it goes anymore. I'm a little out of breath from that match. But Rogelio does take that round and match 2-0 and moves on into winner's final. Yeah, he's going on to winner's final. Going to be facing Yurikov there. Yeah, some of this, they were just throwing haymakers for the first game and a half there, right, Non?
Yeah, it seemed like that was kind of the idea from both of them, but it was Rogelio that just kind of asserted dominance at a certain point. Once it seemed like Granius was at an SPG, they kind of took their foot off the gas and just wanted no part of playing in the mud with Rogelio.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty sick, but regardless, I mean, Super Granius did actually try to throw it up there, but here's that proper punish there at the end by Rogelio. Rogelio was able to close it out, but they were just, I don't know. It was really good action, but I thought Granis had a little bit of, I don't say hope. That's not like a great way to say it, but like when he executed his game plan, it was great. But like Granis just seemed to have an answer, whether it was range, whether it was just pacing, whether it was just timing. Because I thought Granis had impeccable timing, at least with like just defense, but like it just kept catching Granis like on counters at times too. You know, it just seemed like what's his name, Rogelio was actually just making the right calls. Let's just say it that way in that match.
And there was a lot of times that Granos was taking some big swings and they just didn't find its home. He just kind of lived by the wake up and died by the wake up. A couple of DPs blocked there, and then we saw the wake up super twice. Lucky for him the first time, there was a hidden hit that none of us saw coming at the end of that Rogelio got caught by. But he learned his lesson the first time around.
Yeah,
but it was just a well show of adaptation from the side of Rogelio there.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it was just funny because, like you said, it was one of those things where he was in a desperate situation, like when he was throwing that wake up super. You don't throw a wake up super unless you really are in a desperate mode, and that was the time to do it. It was just kind of unfortunate for Rogelio.
Yeah,
I know, entertaining for us for that last hit. The hit was like, oh, because we both were like, oh, and there comes a proper nope.
No, both of us got hit by it. That's the funniest part. Actually, all three of us got hit by it.
Yeah,
Rogelio, me, and you all got hit by that last
We're
hit,
like,
so.
yeah, this game is over. No, it's not. All right, but we're now we're going to see a little bit of a classic match here. We're going to see a Terry and a Hoku right now. Reno and Hyde. Ooh, actually, kind of two veterans actually in the online tournament circuit. So Reno with the Hoku and Hyde with the Terry. What are you seeing here? I know Terry's sort of like an all around, like Shoto-esque brawler, we'll call him, because like when it comes to sort of his game plan, it's kind of almost like mini Rushdown in a way, but you can play the neutral pretty well too. Against Reno, against like a Hoku, piloted by Reno, like the jump trajectories always get me when I'm playing any Hokus out there. What do you think?
Yeah, it's one of those things. Terry is a character that kind of allows the player to really show whenever they're piloting them. Hyde, we know, loves his damage. He wants to cash out big time over and over. Right when it seems like he doesn't have a new combo for us, he'll show us 65% instead of 60 or 70 instead of 65. So it's just about Hyde being able to put his hands on a character that could pretty much fly around the screen like Okutamaro. But Reno is another one of those players, though, that he loves throwing the shurikens. He loves using, like you brought up before, just that mistiming on the jump with that double bounce and looking for the cross up off of it. So we'll see if Hyde has his cross cuts on point, if he can catch a couple of those out of the sky. But it's just the classic game of cat and mouse. Once again, we've seen it time and time again in City of the Wolves so far, but it just continues to be the theme between these two.
Yeah, it's just that there's so many different play styles that I've seen, or those Hokus. Like we saw Yurikov with his, which was basically like almost like a counter bait, like, and space, like a space neutral monster, just like basically kind of making sure get the confirms and then go into full bread and butter combos. Like there's some Hokus that like legit will just abuse the teleport and get in on you and surprise you and then start going in. So, and Reno, I've seen him do that in some of the other brackets that he's been in. So I'm like, maybe he'll adapt. I don't know, because it is Hyde. These guys, I'm pretty sure, have played each other at some point, because these are both veterans of the online tournament circuit that are, that is out for this game. Even though it's only been out for like a month, I'm calling them.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's just, since there is so many, online tournaments, there's always room for you to just get your matches in over and over. So calling them a veteran after like 5 weeks or so, it's not that far of a stretch, because they're busting this game wide open with the way they're choosing to optimize their damage. And Hyde coming in with this patented Hatsune Miku colorway, which I absolutely love to see. But let's see how this one turns out, Toma.
Oh, I like the fit on the Terry there with Hyde. Like that's a nice little like light blue there. Anyway, as we got this going, speaking of Terry just rushing in, trying to get that in there, but nice block punish by Reno to sort of stop that pressure up. Ooh, missed rev blow by Hyde, and we're gonna see how this is kind of answered as Reno is able to get the hit confirm on the combo.
Yeah, great defense early from Reno. We know Hyde loves that short hop C so much to open up his pressure. But right now, Reno just getting the lead and now just using those mobility options. Once again, we've seen it from Hokotomaru after Hokotomaru, and they're just the easiest way to put it. That's an annoying thing to deal with, is when someone has the lead and they're just kind of just being all over the place at once.
And that neutral jump does take it, just kind of catches Hyde off guard. Gets that last hit for Reno, goes up 1 round here in game 1. You're going to see how it kind of goes. Jumps over the 4 fireball by Hyde. Nice little defense there. Oh, there's a good proper punish by Hyde.
Yeah, you got to get it in while you can. Hyde not taking his foot off the gas so far. He's going to go for the full corner carry combo off the crack shoot there. Another short hop jump C to go ahead and open Reno right up. Sitting on some super. You can be able to cook with it still in SPG as well.
Yeah. Still in SPG. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon, as Reno's able to get into this and is probably going to spend his meter, and does there. At least get him out of SPG, but that might be too little too late for this round, as Hyde is able to close it out with his super of his own.
Yeah, busting out with the power dunk when you least suspect right there, paying off for him big time. It's just back and forth we go. We talked about it earlier. It's just the game of cat and mouse. Will Hyde be able to get his damage in to make Reno come to him, or is Reno going to get his licks and then completely go back to full screen, or just continue to take to the skies like we're seeing here?
Yeah, but as you can see, though, he does play. Reno does play Hoku a little bit differently compared to someone like Yurikov, who is more of like a spacing monster. Right now, we just see Reno trying to rush in and get those hit confirms to get that, and right now bringing about a quarter left of damage now left, or a quarter amount of health left on Hyde. Hyde is in a really big predicament with Reno in SPG. This is not looking good for him.
Yeah, just so hard to catch out of the air there. You see Hyde just trying to walk back and forth and get Reno to go ahead and whiff on something, using the just defend to try to find a spot to, just break up this offense, but putting themselves into overheat in the middle of that process. And Reno sitting pretty as well, just having SPG in a massive life lead and closing out the round there, taking the first game over Hyde.
Yeah, just waiting with Hyde and overheat, and just kind of baiting the switch with that life lead. I mean, it was basically the best game plan for Reno. Why risk it,
Exactly. I tell you what, though, Hyde's got to make the most out of being in SPG. We saw it just immediately get eliminated off a one-touch from Reno just last round, but able to go ahead and get in, just baiting out a DP and a rev blow, breaking it in the process is Hyde, and now you're living in his world.
Oh, right now, right in the corner is Reno. Reno's trying to figure a way out of there. Gets that hit confirm on the 2C. And now, tried to throw an air shuriken, gets whiffed, but was not properly punished by Hyde. So it's another chance for Reno here, but gets caught. And this is not looking good for Reno. Reno is, okay, great. A 2A just does it, I guess, right?
Yeah, sometimes in a scramble, you just got to stick it out and hope it hits, especially when it's down to 1 hit right there. But Hyde was able to take command early. They're getting in big damage, finding themselves a rev blow early. Let's see if they continue just to stick on Reno here.
Oh, God, nice confirm. I Hyde there. Oh, but a reverse on the rev blow, and now here comes Reno going in for more bread and butter combos with this range. Is he going to be... Thought he was going to try to be able to spend the level 2 meter there. He had the hidden gear available.
I might be saving it for the kill there. Was able to go ahead and just rev Hyde enough, though. Now in overheat. He's got to stick on him one way or another, but just missing those options now thanks to being in overheat.
Yeah. Ooh, nice little teleport there by Reno. Reno is using the trajectory of the jumps to really cross up Hyde, and there's a nice confirm again by Reno. Life lead again for Reno here, trying to just bait something out. Both are in overheat, but I just got out of it and has 2 supers.
Hyde's going to come back online just a little bit earlier here. Can just go ahead and just try to put on the pressure here. 64% of overheat left. Got to watch that guard break, but a DP break combo should go into the level 2. They're going to go ahead and let it rip with the power geyser. Time to guess for game on Wake Up, but a Wake Up super not going to go ahead and find its home, and you're going to get a 5-knuckle shuffle straight to the jaw, and Hyde putting themselves on the board, looking like they're slowly cracking the code here, Toma.
Yeah, without that, basically just waiting for his opening. Very patient gameplay by Hyde there. Was able to capitalize and especially baited out that super and was able to just close that out. What a comeback by Reno there, and by Hyde. But no slash to Reno, but he is getting pushed to the corner here by Hyde, and now Hyde is just commanding his game plan right now.
Yeah, just a couple of hot starts so far for Hyde. Still in an SPG, should be right out of it right now. See if Reno has enough, just magic to muster up a comeback here, cashing out with the super to get his rev gauge just a little bit lower, but a nice just defense on Wake Up from Hyde to get himself some space.
God, caught in the whiff on the throw, but no real good punish there. Oh, nice block. Oh, whoa, he still was able to confirm. I did not think Hyde was able to confirm that. Ends it with the throw, and now is on set point. Whoa, what was that?
Yeah, the turns have tabled here, Toma. Now just one more round left for Hyde just to close this thing out here. It seemed like Reno just kind of had the master plan coming in, but Hyde just throwing caution to win and just getting off to a hot start in all of these rounds so far, especially with that SPG up front. We only saw one challenge so far from Reno with the rev blow.
Yeah, right. Oh, but there's a nice counter hit by Reno. Reno's able to extend to this combo. Does not have enough meter to go to the hidden gear yet. But we're kind of reset to neutral. Reno still has SPG. Oh, this is... Oh, Reno gets out that damage, gets that last confirm, and is able to close out that round. We're now going to a final round.
Yeah, we didn't see him use that hang time too many times, but he came in clutch to close out that round, and now it's just going to be a battle of who wants it more between these two. Almost equal meter, and both having SPG up front makes things very, very interesting here, and pretty much fighting for your tournament life, Toma.
Yeah, they're fighting for their tournament life here. That, like, loser of this is eliminated for tonight, as we're in the losers round 1 of top 8. So we're going to kind of go about it here. Oh, man, yeah, Reno was really just trying to, like, sort of like do some shimmies, but now is doing a full rush down on Hyde, but now it's crossed up, and now he's in the corner, and now Hyde is getting that throw in and now putting all that pressure.
Out of SPG early as both players. Cashing out with the Buster. Wolf is Hyde. He's going to go super into super. We saw him do it last week on stream, and he's just showed us he still has those tricks up his sleeves to go ahead and spin all that meter optimally right now. Reno getting caught out of the sky, and it's time to make a big business decision, waking up with a 2A.
Oh, man. This is intense right now. Oh, nice whiff on a throw by Hyde. What's going to happen here? It's got Reno in the corner. Oh, what defense there by Reno right there. Oh, he's able to confirm it and takes that round and set. Wow. That was... My hands are shaking. I'm not even
just a show of patience. It's a show of patience from Reno right there, especially in the middle of that scramble. He didn't lose his cool at any point in that. We saw a couple of just defenses, but just holding down back that entire time and waiting for his opportune moment to go ahead and challenge with a light button, confirm right into super to close things out. But as we head over to the replay desk, the first half of the set seemed like it was going all Reno, but Hyde was just able to turn the tide as things kind of wavered.
And then when Hyde's turned, it was like, it looked like Reno or Hyde was actually going to just like take it all the way there, but until we got to that third game, when we got to that final round, it was like both were playing sort of, I don't want to say passive, but they were really trying to choose their shots. And right here in this third game, like, we get that, like, oh, that was the end to get to round 2, but that last scramble, it was just insane, like right here, and just down to 1 pixel left, and Reno was able to get that hit confirm into the combo and get that super in, and that's all she blows right there. And Reno moves on into into the top 8 bracket. Sorry, my brain farted for a second. It's been an intense like bracket right now, at least for me. Like, this is just really good action, and I love it. I just love seeing it.
Yeah. We haven't seen players really just run away with too many sets so far. It's been actually very, very close action as the game develops. You see players just kind of get used to just using that full timer. They have 60 seconds to rock, and we've been seeing these matches kind of get down to like the 20-second range or so. So they're taking their time to breathe. Like, cooler heads are prevailing, as we saw just right there. Reno just staying very stout on defense, not taking any big swings, not risking too much, and just timing their challenge ever so perfectly. So it's becoming, we've brought it up multiple times since this game has been out. The meta's changing a little bit, and now it's just seeming, it just reminds me, it's hard to keep saying it, but it just reminds me so much of Street Fighter 4, the way that high pressure situations are handled.
Just like a nice little breaking news here. The Weeb and Me is happy. We're gonna see a BJNA.
Oh, there we go.
BJNA by Liquid O on here, coming up against King, who isn't playing King, who's actually playing Hoku, because King is not in this game. And I'm thinking of King of Fighters King. But
Sorry to break the news to you, but it looks like Liquid O is going to be rolling with the Billy Kane.
oh damn it!
And
No,
not the BJNA.
no.
You know,
Why'd
funny
you do
part
that
is,
to me? Why'd you do
Liquid
that to
O,
me?
Liquid O has got to be one of the better like North American Dhalsims in the world when it comes to
Fair.
Street Fighter. So not a surprise for them to go back to another, one of those ranged characters like that. Was
got
hoping
bait
for the
and switched.
BJNA, but I won't get tired of seeing Billy Kane.
I won't. No, actually, Billy Kane's a nice switch up character, but I got bait and switched. I'll just be honest. I got bait and switched, man. It's all right. We got Hotaru and Billy Kane out here. Oh, so this is our actually first Hotaru of the night. So this is actually going to see how this kind of plays out. I haven't seen this matchup at least in a little bit, or at least remember a good one. Wow, King is really trying to keep up with the pressure here, even though got hit a little bit there, but now is going in and keeping Liquid in the corner.
That far D is just such a pestering button from the side of Hotaru. I see them sticking out a little bit more, trying to challenge a lot of these pokes from Billy Kane, but not finding too much success off of it early. Liquid O still in SPG. As I say, they get smacked right out of it, and see if King can make anything happen. Now they have the red blow online.
Yeah, and King's also, well, I was going to say, still in SPG right now. Trying to figure out, we're playing real, kind of classic zoning game right at this point. We're just trying to see who can get neutral. And here comes King. King was able to get that hit confirm, and now is trying to rush down Liquid to neutralize that range. Nice just defense, and guard cancel there, punished by King. King is just going in, leaving no space on Liquid, and is able to activate the level 1 and take that first round.
Get ready.
Yeah, it seemed like King just really had to rely on movement speed there. Usually you see a lot of Hotaru just throw the fireball and then run right after it, but Billy Kane, one of those characters that can challenge that fireball from certain ranges because that Kane has such a large hitbox on it, is able to break through it. But King right now just using that movement speed to the best of his abilities.
Yeah, well, it's not just that. It's also trying to get those just defense to get that really good guard cancel punish in there as well. But right now, all the buttons are working for Liquid right now with his Billy Kane. But gets whiff on a throw, but King was not able to properly punish. Oh no, here comes King, trying to keep all that spacing as Rev Guard was activated by Liquid. And it's not seemed to be working as Liquid is kind of caught in the air here in the middle of a level 1 super.
And it seems like King is just kind of mistimed the buttons on their offense. They're throwing their strings, but just kind of micro spacing and just throwing off the time a little bit over and over, knowing that Liquid only has one option if he wants to break out of a string, and that's using that super. So King right there just mixing up their offensive options very, very well, and they're going to take a 1-game lead over Liquid O here.
Yeah, seeing a Billy Kane whiff, granted they were on throws, but when you're seeing whiffs like that, it's ooh, that usually means that person has your timing if you're whiffing a throw or you're whiffing any of those buttons. And because of that huge hitbox, King was able to take advantage and get in really quickly and get those hit confirms and then finish off those combos. Still going on to Billy Kane, it looks like.
Yeah, I was hoping we were going to get your BJNA character switch there, but not working out for us this time around.
No,
we're going to see one eventually.
I was a little disappointed. Yes, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, he just had to change the color. There we go. That's the reason why he lost the first game. Everyone knows you're not gonna win if you don't got your skin. Come on.
Yeah, that is true. You need to have your skin. That skin gives you a +5 buff.
Speaking we'll get back into it. That 2B is just one of the better tools from Billy Kane. We see it from a lot of the players we see here. Liquid O, no strangers to that button, but King just once again just breaking up their spacing, but a nice anti-air from the side of Liquid O to go ahead and get himself some spacing again.
Yeah, and also notice that Liquid O actually put the SPG now down in the middle instead of at the beginning like he did earlier in the first game. So he's definitely playing with a different game plan, and it seems to be working as he's already got King down to SPG in the middle part of it. Now took her out of SPG and is at a really good advantage right now.
Great JD there from the side of King. This time chasing that fireball. We were bringing it up in the first game that it's not really an option that Hotaru can use too much because of the long pokes on the side of Billy Kane, but King just getting the most out of it, looking for a cross up there, but gets met with a super from Liquid O. Great call for the anti-air there, and now just one round away from tying things up 1 game apiece.
Yeah, the 2 throws in a row and then all of a sudden just doing the anti-air at the end though was a great call out by Liquid. And now Liquid is just absorbing these hits, trying to do used the Rev to sort of keep the blocks up, but it didn't really end up working there. But nice, here comes Liquid again with some of those big pokes.
Now in SPG, see if they can make anything happen with it, but they get caught with the DP break. Anti-air's on point from the side of King, and that's a big cash out. And they're almost going coast to coast, Tomo.
Oh, man. And now here comes the big jump going all the way to that corner. Oh, misses the DP, but still was able to close it out, ties it up in rounds. And now we're on set point for King, survival point for Liquid. Oh, let's see how it kind of goes, Lunan.
Yeah, it just seems like King is just able to explode at any moment. We've seen them with their back to the wall, but then they immediately just start running an offensive train as soon as they get their meter built up. We saw at the end of that round was able to cash things out, drop the DP, but picked it right back up, and they're going to pick up right where they left off.
Yeah, right now with that baited whiff throw, you got King really taking full advantage there, trying to get some of those pokes, but there's the nice rev blow by Liquid to sort of take his turn back and even up the life right now. Both are in SPG. Oh, a whiff on the rev blow by King, and here comes Liquid trying to maximize all the damage, goes into the hidden gear. Is this gonna kill?
Might have to call up James Chen for this one because it's going to be very, very close there. A little bit of chunk of health left for King. See if they can make something happen when he's sitting on 2 bars of super and a lot of gauge to work with. Chasing down with the fireball, but gets caught with a standing D into the conversion. One more guess might do it. Let's see how Liquid is going to respond here.
Oh, no. Oh, I thought he actually got the confirm there. Oh, but here comes Liquid Zero. My God. And all those pokes. Was that chip damage at the end?
It looked like it was chip, but King just wanted a challenge at the end to make sure they didn't get chipped out. Ended up getting frame trapped from the side of Liquid Owen. Now we're going to tie things up 1 game apiece here.
King, stop selling. Sorry. Ryuki in the chat is just like, I just wanted to call that out. Anyway, oh, here we go. We got Liquid kind of going in there, dude, using those pokes with those confirms there, and oh, really just applying all these pressures onto King. King is not able to respond right now.
Yeah, stuck in the corner. We've seen them in this position before, though. They were able to explode back and go coast to coast. Doesn't have any super on deck right now to go ahead and catch all that damage. And right now, Liquid O just continuing to swing the stick around. King just not really having an answer for the far pokes.
Notice the just defends by King, but was not able to do any guard cancels or anything at that, even at that range, which is kind of surprising. I'm wondering, maybe just wasn't able to read it, as we were able to get those guard cancels in the first game.
Get themselves a confirm there. See if they can make anything happen with the great JD into the punish there. But a grab is going to close out the round. And now Liquid O just 1 round away from closing this out. It seems like King is just kind of at a loss of how to go ahead and get around the stick of Billy King when no super is on deck.
Yeah, just, you can see the passiveness of King now, but like, trying to exploit the game plan, but oh, there's some confirms right there. Going into that bread and butter, into that corner. Wow, and even activates the level 1 right there, and brings Liquid down more than half life. But here comes Liquid O trying to come back on his own.
Yeah, first time we saw him just rip the wake up super like that. It worked out for him this time. A big rev blow just swinging and put Hotaru's face in the dirt. And another super confirm as Liquid O now in an SPG with a nice command. King facing the corner.
Oh.
JD's to try to get himself out, but just the pressure continuing to come from Liquid O. Frame trapped to death is King, and they're going to be taking a 2-1 to move on in losers top 8.
Did I see that correctly? Like, there was a guard there was a just defend to a guard cancel, but there was a punish off of the guard cancel punish. Like, you can counter the counter? Is that something?
It looked like it was a frame trap, like a frame trap off of the options collect there. Yeah. You're gonna have to go back and watch the replay. That was an interesting interaction from the side of Liquid O.
Because as soon as I saw the guard cancel, I was about to like scream like Hotaru, like King got this round, but then it was like, wait, no. And oh man, but yeah, in this game it looked like King actually had the advantage, especially after that first game. But then the adaptation by Liquid was able just to man the game plan and actually kind of stump King in the end. You even called it out there, Non.
Yeah, it just seemed like it was the battle of meters at a certain point. Liquid O was able to cash out the big damage and keep those pokes away, but it just seemed like King didn't have an answer if they didn't have any way that they were going to go ahead and cash out damage. They were just kind of waiting for that check to clear, but it just never came.
Yeah. And as we're kind of going in, yeah, that was it. That was kind of it right there, where it was like, you saw that, right? Like it was,
Yeah.
it was like a guard cancel to kind of going in, but maybe it looked like the guard cancel attack whiffed, and that's why that was a punish. But that's what it looked weird to me. Like I was like, wait, what? But regardless, like again, we're learning new things about this game. Like the full meta isn't out there, but the people that are playing this game right now, they've been labbing their minds out, and they're still discovering new things at this time. So we're all learning here, and we're all gonna take notes and put this in our lab sessions and lobby sessions, right?
Yeah,
Don?
you got to make sure you clip those situations for his chat, because we're learning along with you with the game being new and everything. So it's an interesting interaction there. So hopefully you guys do your job on that side and make sure we get some footage from that one.
Definitely. So, but remember, guys, we do ! Match Reno. We have 25 codes left out there. So if you're in the chat, please do that. It takes like 10 seconds. Like it doesn't even take that long. Just log into one of your accounts, one of the many ways you can log in. Just claim that contribution code. 25 cents goes directly to the pot. And
All right, let's get into some more action here. It's going to be Grenas back with that preacher that we've been seeing. Just very potent offense from Reno, a player that just likes to take to the skies a lot. So it's another one of those situations where Styles is going to make fights, Stolen.
oh yeah, and like right now you can even see like Grenas kind of got caught with the timing of those mistimed jumps on Reno, and Reno was able to take a little bit of advantage. But now he's kind of zoning out. Oh, nice punish on there by Grenas, and now he's able to get a confirm. And now here comes the big combos from Preacha. All the way there.
Getting so much just off of that far C is one thing we talked about with Preacher before, is like that character's still able to output a lot of damage, whether they sit high on the tier list or not. They're still dangerous. A big breakout there with the DP and jumping right over the super, but just sitting on the very last animation of that is Grenas.
Oh man, landed right on the last frame of that super. It was unfortunate for Grenas, but Grenas is able to get crossed up and kind of bring in own level 1 super. Oh, that whiffed. Did that whiff?
Yeah, I believe that whiff. It's a tough
Oh my
situation
God.
right now. Reno just trying to take advantage of it.
We're down to basically one last interaction. What next hit actually should take it, and this should. Oh no, was okay. Now it does it.
Got the DP, but no break off of it. But Super Grenas able just to pick it right back up where they left it and taking the first round here.
I'm the worst at commentators first. I think things are gonna finish, and they just don't. But oh man, look at the rush in by Grenas. Grenas is now trying to just apply all this pressure, keeping Reno at bay. A nice time jumps by Reno, is able to get out of the corner, and now is getting his damage output onto Super Grenas.
Yeah, and Reno with just a sliver of that SPG left. Let's see if they throw out a red blow to get themselves out of a bad spot, but the short hop comes in clutch for Grenas, so they're going to be heading right back to the middle of the screen. See if they cash out with some super just to make it hurt a little bit more.
Wasn't it? Got the level 2, they got the second level of the super just too late here, but Grenas is in a very fortunate position with all that huge life lead, but now is in the corner.
See how Reno chooses to navigate this now, just trying to play the range game this time around, but Super Grenas only has to stay patient for about 25 more seconds, looking for the super to get all the way through the fireball. What a reaction from the side of Super Grenas to close things out in fashion, and they're going to be taking a 1-game lead over Reno.
I seriously thought Reno actually got out of there. Like, he did the neutral jump, but he literally, like, Grenas, like, literally hit his toe. Like, hit his toe. That hitbox on his toe. Was able to finish off that round. Super Grenas gets that first game here in the losers quarterfinal in this 1-2.
I just want to know why Preacher has a better Buster Wolf than Terry does, because that thing literally went screen to screen, or one end of the screen to the other.
That is actually kind of the nothing against Grenas or anybody that plays, that is kind of the scrub move, like right there. Like, that is like one of those like full screen kind of cheat moves that we kind of talked about in the pre-show. That's it right there. That super, it's the longest range super in the game. 1 and 2, it was so fast that it caught Reno's toes on the jump. Like, Reno thought he had it cleared. I would have thought I had it cleared, but yeah. That reaction by Reno, that reaction by Grenas, I don't know what else to say, man.
Yeah. Well, let's see if that stays in the mental bank from the side of Reno there, understanding that they can't just let the shurikens rip full screen like that, because Super Grenas is going to have their finger on the trigger to go ahead and shut that down with that full screen super there. But so far, we saw a couple of times the Fireball Oki came in clutch for Super Grenas. They were able to go ahead and just try to take down the mobility option of immediately hitting the skies away from Reno.
Yeah, and like anytime when you see someone throw that one move, and even if you got hit by it, they might not even throw that move again. But what actually is like, what's on Super Grania's advantage here is that he did throw it, and now is probably making Reno think, it's like, should I keep throwing these shurikens in there? Because sometimes like just making your opponent think, like try to anticipate a move that you like, that's almost like half the game. Like you already you're in your opponent's mind, and that's such an advantage if you're if you're fighting someone, if you can get in their heads.
Yeah, it's Schrodinger's super. You're both getting hit and not getting hit by the super at the exact same time.
Yeah.
That's one of the more awesome parts, though, about a situation like that, is the mental game really starts to show. We'll see how comfortable Reno is trying to play that stick and move, or if they want to go ahead and just match the offense of Super Grenas this upcoming game. But it's just one of those multi-layered things, Toma.
Yeah, definitely. And that's kind of why I like, because I do come from Tekken, but like I've always loved the 2D games and SNK, just because there are a little bit more options. But that was always more of the mind game. Like it could be smaller, but not smaller buttons, but like less buttons to press comparatively than like Tekken, where there's like, it's notorious to have like 800 moves per character. But in something like this where there's like maybe a dozen moves or so, but it's that mind game, because the less tools you got makes it more of like, what are you going to do here? Like, all my tools, I know all your tools, and strings are strings. Like there's not that many options, so it becomes a mind game. And that's, to me, what makes at least this game, Street Fighter 4, for me, Street Fighter 4 is probably the better game. Street Fighter 5 did not happen. And when it comes to that, but like even Street Fighter 6 and Guilty Gear, like all of those where it's just all about like that mental, the moves. There's not that many moves there. What do you think?
I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head at that point. It's just, especially at a game like this, bringing up Street Fighter 4 again, where there is those invincible reversals that you don't have to spend meter on, that it's just knowing that there's like another option there. Even if you're one sliver away, you can't be too willingly just to press buttons in someone's face, because they can just let the DP rip. That threat is always there. And the same side when you're playing defense is just, this game gives you those options to kind of just not necessarily slot machine out your opponent, but just you put the cards on the table and you let them pick one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, that's, to me, is exciting. Like sometimes, like we're all growing in this, like I said, but that's what makes this exciting for me, is that it's that mind game, because that's what I love when I commentate any game. Or it's always about the mind game. What are they going to do here? What's the poker game here? What, they threw the fireball there. Are they going to throw the fireball again? They kept going for a 2C to do a confirm. Are they going to call that out next time? Whatever. Like there's that to me is the most exciting part about these games, and especially at a high level, when you see some of those, like, especially when you're starting to see some of those guard cancels, man, like that's when you get that call out, you're like, oh, like, and they go into a full combo, like that's just amazing to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of something that just really drew me into fighting games to begin with. I'm like technically an 09er with Street Fighter 4, but like I really fell in love with fighting games when Killer Instinct came out. And it was just because that game is, every single instance in that game is a mind game. You get in the middle of a combo, it becomes a mind game. So I'm right with you when it comes down to just the mental aspects of fighting games. It's one of the more interesting parts of it, because rushing down is one thing, like when you look at it from a viewer standpoint, but rushing down is also a mental game in itself, because you're kind of playing a game of chicken with your opponent. Are they going to bust out at any moment in the middle of my pressure,
And it's one of those where it's almost like a misnomer. It's like, it's a rush down, right? But you're not like just pressing buttons like mindlessly. Usually when you have a rush down, it's usually you can get in with the one button, and then all of a sudden, once you get that confirmed, like in Street Fighter 6, it's like the crouching medium kick for Cammy, or any of the like lower hit confirm, and then all of a sudden you just go, I don't know if I can say it here. It could be a family show, but you can just go stuff to the wall, like, and
Yeah.
just go nuts and start going hitting buttons, right? And that's the
Mm.
part where it's like I feel like people get that misnomer. It's like it's not really like a rush down, like where you think you're just pressing buttons and you can't do anything. No, it's like that one confirm. Once you get one confirm and you just go at it, and it's just like really mindless damage, like your Hotaru's, like your what's it called, your Okudamaros as well, to like your Marco Rodriguez and your Kevin Rion, like in a way, like Kevin Rion to me is almost like a rush down but it's because once you get that one strike, you're losing like 75% damage, and he doesn't even need to use meter.
Yeah, it's it's funny you bring up that character because I mean I've been getting absolutely terrorized by Kevin because
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to bring up
because it
PTSD.
really does it not only comes down to like, are you labbing against the character to understand what their options are in the middle of a block string? It's kind of like when you play against Dong in this game when he does like his block string, and it's either going to be over the top or he's going to step on your Jordans and then open you up for 50% afterwards. You kind of got to mix the knowledge with the reactions in the middle of it, and it just becomes this ever expanding tree of just possibilities in every single moment.
Yeah, really, really kind of good there. I just looked at some of this stuff. I forgot we have sorry, just pulling back the curtain a little bit. But anyway, no, it's no big deal and everything like that. But we're just having a blast. I love chatting with you, Non-Factor. You're always just like a pleasure. I could talk to you about fighting games all day. Like, you were talking to like my media partner last week, Labrilla. Like, I was listening to you guys, and I'm just like, you'd be awesome just to like hang out with. I'd love to have a beer with you, and just like we could just talk fighting games, get drunk, watch me get beat down in MVC2 or something, because that's the game where I love playing. But I know
if you're going to Evo, first round's on me.
I don't know about Evo yet, but I wish you were going to Combo Breaker. But
one of these days we'll link up. We'll talk about fighting games until the sun comes up. The funniest part is I was at the grocery store the other day with my significant other, and I ran into one of the guys from my local scene. And it was like, do you remember when you were a kid at the supermarket and your mom would run into one of her friends and you're just kind of standing there while they talk for 90 minutes? She had to go through that as we talked about fighting games from the local the week before. And she was just like, oh my God, can you guys stop talking about +2 on block or whatever the hell you guys are saying?
You should see it when we have our team meetings. Like, we have our whole like org over here. So like we're friends of Breakout. I don't really want to advertise my stuff because I'm in their space, but like you can see that I have my tag. But we have our own like gatherings, and we try to like kind of think of like Fast and Furious like gatherings. Like everybody just having the barbecue. That's kind of what we do at my house, and we all just sit there, and my wife has to sit through that and just like listen to us just talking nerdy the whole time. You had it just with one person in a grocery store. Imagine like 10 to 15 people just sitting there just talking buttons, and she's just sitting there like, more beer, like it's just and just like walks away. But like she loves it. Like she kind of likes it though, because I like what she does, and that's how I get inspired by my commentary. Is that she likes it when we're talking, but she can sort of understand the situation. So if you notice, like you're talking a lot more notation and everything, I'm trying to keep it more of the action because she's kind of watching this right now. So like trying to keep it that way to kind of get more casuals in, because I've gotten to my wife, who loves boxing but has never put on boxing gloves because we're Filipino. So Manny Pacquiao is like a big
it comes with the territory.
It comes with the territory, but like they don't know what a feint is. They don't know what they don't even know what a hook is. They just see a punch, hit face, hit gut. That's all they see. So you just have to make sure you get the action kind of going. Like that's what and that's what I try to bring into this commentary. Even though I do know the game, we've talked. It's just that I'm trying to like get those people in. And also do the Matrino, guys. Please do that.
It's funny you bring that up. My girlfriend, she like watches tournaments with me and things like that. She went to Evo with me last year, and it's funny. I don't know why she gravitates towards certain characters or like certain players, but she like creates like a WWE storyline in her head of like, she is a massive Big Bird fan. She's a massive Mena fan when it comes to Street Fighter. So when like she'll watch their tournament runs, like it's like the Super Bowl for her, and she doesn't fully, like you say, understand the X's and O's of what's happening on the screen, but she knows when someone's cashing out a big damage or someone did something cool on screen. And I think that is like the the spark that lights the fire of someone like finding out they really like fighting games.
Yeah, no, and it's one of those where like fighting games to me is a lot simpler for a casual to see, because think of it like a boxing match. So like my wife's into it because of, like I said, Manny Pacquiao. The whole thing of it is more of like, because we're Filipino, the Filipino pride thing. So like, she got really into Tekken because there's a Tekken player from the Philippines named AK. He just won Combo Breaker, actually won Combo Breaker last year for Tekken 8, but was watching his run the whole time because I was, studying and, working with some of the stuff, and just got gravitated because it was like national pride for her. Like, it's one of those things too. Like there's different ways. Like yours was trying to get a WWE storyline. Hers, my wife's was about the pride. Like she just wanted someone from the Philippines to like win. Like we were like, when they only got one medal in the Olympics like ever. So like and it was like Olympic weightlifting by like by like some woman, which is great. Like great achievement to her. But because she won that bronze medal, like she's like a superstar there. Like that's kind of like what it is in some of these other countries outside of North America. Or at least outside of the U.S. and Canada, at least to me, where Arsenal Ash in like Pakistan's like number one star of Tekken right now, stuff like that. Oh, it looks like we got our next match. Didn't even know who it's going to be, but it looks like it's going to be Grenyas and again. Oh wait, were we waiting? Like
it was Super Grenyas up 1. I think they had to do some background TO stuff, but we're gonna get right back into the action. Pick up right where we left off, where Super Grenyas is gonna have that 1-game lead over Reno.
Get ready.
All right. We're going back to the carnival. I'm hungry. I do want a churro. Sorry. My ADHD kind of like took over there for a second. But now we got Super Grenyas was able to get that going into a full combo here. Oh, and are we going all the way to the corner? Almost.
Setting up that fireball Uki we were talking about earlier. Another trick coming out of Super Grenyas' toolbox there. We didn't see it from the first time from him on screen, but now just using it to try to keep Reno on the floor without having him just take to the skies, as you see here.
Ooh. Oh, look at that. That standing deed is just kind of such long range. Was able to get a full confirm on a combo there by Grenyas, and now Reno's in big trouble here in that corner. Nice just defends, but does not able to get it, but gets a little bit of counter hit, but nothing really substantial there.
And Super Grenyas just walking back, not being too afraid of the double jump or anything like that. Got to watch out for that full screen super once again. Super Grenyas entering overheat, but that should be the kill combo right there off of the. Oh, just one more sliver, Doma.
Oh, that was like a weird meaty fireball setup. Like I guess it was chip damage. There was nothing you can do. I would assume, right?
Super Grenyas now on match point after that meaty fireball setup. Still has the SPG on deck, building up those 2 bars of super. See if they cash out early with the full animation.
Oh man, this is not looking for Reno. Did not do that confirm, even though Gat had the hidden gear available. Maybe we'll try to use it here for the kill. It's just keeping Reno in that corner, just being not relentless. But here comes Reno kind of coming back here.
Yeah, I like the use of the rev guard there to get some space from Reno. Now finding themselves a cross-up, not able to convert off of it, but another anti-air finds its home, and Reno coming to life now.
Oh, look at the patience by Reno. Now we're basically tied in life here. Oh, but the cross-up did not work out for Reno, and it worked out for Grenyas. Grenyas gets the throw in, and nice meaty setup there again by Grenyas, and is able to close it out with the bread and butter combo.
Yeah, Super Grenyas just once again believing in their strings over and over. We saw them go for the overhead and it looked like it was a drop, but they just kept on pressing buttons and it worked out for them.
Yeah, and even Reno was just defending some of those strings, but it just couldn't guard cancel or anything out of it. And yeah, didn't realize we were still in the middle of a match, but then Grenyas was able to close it out. And as you can see, just commanding his game plan, just pressing the buttons, very confident with his button presses, and just converting on pretty much on every combo. Didn't really have any drops.
Yeah, exactly like you said, just playing with confidence, like having the confidence just to rip the super there and not worry about the neutral jump from the side of Reno. And there was a moment when Grenyas was on the attack and Reno was in the corner where Reno was using rev guard a couple of times, and Grenyas even had the awareness to stop pretty much going for his strings and get a punish throw off of the rev guard. So just super on point, just playing with their mind completely in the game is Super Grenyas.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say it's probably gonna be Liquid O versus Ryuki. So Rock versus Billy.
Mhm.
This is gonna be good. That's all I'm gonna say. Like I
Mhm.
was loving how these two players were playing earlier tonight. Liquid Zero or Liquid O was not like was a little unfortunate to get down into losers, but still like that Billy Kane, he's definitely playing it different than what we've seen from like someone like an EP. But I'm sort of enjoy. It's almost like how you're supposed to play a zoner, like
Mhm.
a range zoner to me.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
what do you think
I
Ryuki
think
should be doing though?
I think this creates another interesting conundrum for Ryuki because we've seen them before want to get the air fireball game started and play that range situation, and that's exactly the same kind of game plan we were going to see from King when he was playing against Liquid O. But Billy Kane being that ranging poking character, you can't really take to the skies too much or throw too many fireballs out there because you are going to get punished by the stick. So it creates another interesting dynamic, and we're going to see how Ryuki is able to adapt their play style and see if they decide to turn up the heat a little bit.
But what I'll say though is like the standing, like the standing D. I keep forgetting the notation because I've rearranged my buttons so it's a little bit off. But
Mm.
like basically the standing B to me is a lot larger range than Hotaru from like what King had. So like
Mm.
I actually wondering if there's gonna be more of a poking game here, like trying to see if you can get like sort of a whiff punish or anything on Liquid O for Ryuki to sort of take advantage because
Mm.
of those extended hurt boxes that do
Mm.
come out for a for a pilot of Billy Kane. Like it's just kind of there. That bow comes out, you hit the bow, it hurts him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, but you know what I mean though. Like it's
Mm.
when you have that long range, all is fair when it gets thrown out. So
Yeah, I think another interesting like layer to the situation too is the Rapukin being a floored fireball. So it kind of makes Billy Kane a little uncomfortable to start sticking out the stick a little bit more because you have to watch
yeah,
out for your toes in the middle of these situations. So there's just so many layers to a matchup that we don't really see too much here that we'll get a lot of answers to right here. So as you pointed out multiple times, we're learning along with you guys as the game continues to develop. So matchups continue to make fights here.
definitely. So and just make sure you guys do the Maturino in there as well. I see some new people in the chat. So do !Maturino. Actually, you know what? I'll make it easy for you guys since I'm already in there.
Pop it yourself.
Go pop it in yourself. I'll just do that for you as you go in. We still have 24 codes left. So yeah, just get that in. But yeah, no, when it comes to these, like these are like the layers that I'm thinking of. And I'm not really like a high level player. I just like seeing and analyzing all this stuff. I learn when
Mhm.
I see these high level players like throw out these buttons and
Mhm.
throw out these new strategies. But yeah, I'm just interested on seeing like what other layers are there here with these
Mhm.
like with this intellectual level that they have.
Yeah, that's how you know you have a good fighting game on your hand. Because I'll even find myself at work sometimes just daydreaming, and I just start theory crafting about certain situations in this game. And I haven't done that since back in. We bring it up over and over. I haven't done that since back in the Street Fighter 4 days when I first started playing fighting games, where you start, would this work on this? If they wake up with this option, can I punish it with this? And
Yeah.
you start playing that game in your own head, and you just get so eager to go home and just put your hands right back on your controller and just work it out in the lab, and then maybe fall flat in your face or maybe find out something really cool.
At least we have a lab now, though, because I remember
Yeah, at
back in
least we
Street
had a
Fighter,
lab.
at least Street Fighter 4 days, like or at least when I was doing it, it was just like player two start versus, and then you just sort of go
Mhm.
like you just tried to figure out the game.
I
And they're back.
remember in I forgot what game it was, but it didn't have a training mode. And I remember bothering my sister when I was younger, and I'm like, "Can you do this motion on the controller so I can see if I
Oh,
can punish this on block?"
a lot of the times when I was playing Tekken or like Garo in the arcade or even CVS like at the time, and I knew I was getting my butt kicked, I'll just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna like, there's no one behind me in the line. I'm gonna put in 50 cents. Can you just can we just like lab? But you can keep going. Like if someone comes in,
Mhm.
and that's what I did. I would actually pay extra money just to like lab.
Mhm.
Granted, it was 50 cents. Like,
Yeah.
but when you knew that player next to you was like really good and had the game down, it was something that you were able to do, but it cost a little bit. Like
Yeah.
I may have lost $2 like out of that,
Yeah.
but you know what? 4 plays, 8 rounds where I get to learn.
Mhm.
Like that's how I learned Tekken, to be honest with you. When I learned Tekken
Mhm.
Tag 1 and Tekken 4, we just sort of labbed with that's how you lab back in the arcade
Mhm.
because there was there's no such thing as a console release back then, or at least not for Tekken.
Yeah, I think we're both showing our age a little bit. Tom, I'm pretty sure there's some young guys in the chat who are like, what the hell are these guys talking about right now?
Oh,
I'm back in the days where there was an NFL Blitz cabinet you can take your Nintendo 64 memory card to and stick it in the cabinet.
NFL
I'm that
Blitz.
old.
NFL Blitz was such. Oh, you're good. Oh, I wish you were going to Combo Breaker because we have a media assignment at Galvin Ghost where it's all the old school arcade games. One of the games I wanted to play was NFL Blitz. NFL Blitz, the old NBA Jam, all of that type of stuff. I just can't wait, like to see any of that type of stuff, Right now, we're just still waiting on the setup for the game, I guess, right? We're still Liquid O and Ryuki, which is also the other losers quarterfinal here. So we're still waiting on that right now. And yeah, 38 players tonight, week 4 for City of the Wolves and in this breakout series. We're still waiting. Oh, that's fine. Well, at least it's not in like in an awkward pose. You just look like you look at least you look awake in the still. Oh no. Oh no. But while we're waiting for
there we go.
There we go. You just got on as we went to switch cameras. Right. There we go. Anyway, we got Liquid O and Ryuki going up here. Billy Kane versus a Rock Howard.
All right, well, let's see if those things we talked about earlier come into play here with that low fireball and different moves like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and just take a minute to say I absolutely love this color from.
I was gonna say that was the first thing I caught up to. I was just sitting there like, what wrestler is he trying to look like right now with like the colorway on the boots and everything? Just like reminds me of a WWE like character of some sort. I just don't know who had purple hair. But right now, Ryuki does not seem to care. Is just keeping the range at a very much of a minimum on Liquid Zero and is just applying all that pressure, keeping Liquid Zero in the corner. Oh wow, gets another confirm there, goes into the level 1, and now we're down to a one last hit situation, and the throw takes it. Ryuki goes up 1 round.
Yeah, we've seen from Ryuki there, they're able to just go ahead and change that playstyle up real quick, just immediately got up in the chest of Liquid O and just kind of didn't give up momentum the entire time there. But Liquid O just trying to answer back immediately. SPG online for the side of Ryuki, already throwing out the rev blow.
Oh man, and then, my god, Ryuki's just kind of come back. They're now both in SPG, but looks like Ryuki's trying to get him Liquid out of it. Does perfectly. Spends the level 1 again, and now just putting all this pressure, but gets caught by Liquid O's super of his own, and now here comes Liquid O. Now we're down to 1 final interaction for each.
Yeah, Ryuki out of SPG now and in Oberi. You have to be careful about their options, but the jump-in's going to go ahead and find its mark, and Ryuki is going to be taking the first game here in losers quarterfinals over Liquid O. It seemed right there that Ryuki was kind of going back to his original game plan. We see him run a couple of times here. In that first round, he got his damage and started playing the zoning game, but the light bulb went off, and he just started going blow for blow.
Yeah, he started going blow for blow, but nice block punish by Liquid Zero, and now is taking that full advantage, but puts Ryuki into SPG, and now, oh man, Ryuki is now applying all that pressure. Nice cross up to keep the momentum going there on Liquid Zero, and now Ryuki's still keeping Liquid in the corner.
Yeah, just checking every single jump out that Liquid O tried to go for. Still in SPG though, looking for the rev blow, but a rev guard to go ahead and get some spacing. I like the call from Liquid O, and now just trying to turn up the pace, but gets caught once again by Ryuki turning green, and a nice little B&B to finish it off from Ryuki, now on set point.
My god, set point quickly here on Ryuki. Liquid Zero has to have an answer if he wants to continue on in this bracket, and that's a good way to respond right there, as he's now getting all those pokes in, but that just defend into a rev blow did not really work out for Ryuki, but just reset to neutral.
Still in SPG, but they might have a one-way ticket out of it, as Liquid O is going to go ahead and cash out the super here. Ryuki in a bad spot against the corner. They do have a massive game lead right now. They can take some risks, but Liquid O just hanging back and poking, but gets caught right back in the chin with an elbow, and we're going right back to neutral, Toma.
Oh man, I was waiting for Ryuki just to go all out on that, but it was not happening. Liquid was still able to close that round out. We're now going to a final round in this game. Survival point though for Liquid, set point for Ryuki. Ryuki does the air fireballs, actually gets one of them caught, spends the level 1 Raging Storm there, and now putting all that pressure, gets the Rabuken in there to keep Liquid at bay and putting him in SPG.
That was a really cool catch from Ryuki. I haven't seen that juggle off the air fireball yet, and they're making the most out of that opportunity. Liquid O finding themselves in the corner, using the Rev Blow to go ahead and get a free jump out. But Ryuki just, once again, hanging back. They're going to get another catch off it again. So nice will sew it twice.
Oh, man. And, I thought it was going to cross up before Ryuki was able to take advantage, but it was not. And Liquid actually was able to get that poke. But Ryuki has such a life lead right now. And almost spoke too soon because we're playing very passive. Oh, nice confirm by Ryuki. Ryuki's able to close it out with that super and finishes it up and takes the set and moves on into loser's semi-final.
That was a real nail.
Yeah, we saw some really cool stuff from Ryuki there. They ran their game plan almost to perfection. It didn't seem like Liquid O really had a chance to be comfortable outside of one round. We'll see over on the replay desk, we see a couple of those juggles, but just early on, it just seemed like Ryuki just had complete control of neutral.
Yeah, no, that was basically what it was, but it was like had neutral, but like in sort of like a range 2, I guess we'd call it here, or at least like a mid-range. It was nothing really too full screen, so like enough time for him to rush in to like not have because those pokes by Billy are relatively slow, if I remember correctly, like on the frames. So like, yeah, they were playing neutral, but it was like the neutral was actually a little bit closer. It wasn't like anything like full screen. So took advantage of the speed of Rock. Ryuki did to close down that space just enough so that way Liquid could not use those pokes, effectively. But still, GG's to Liquid. You did make it out in 5th place here, and same with Reno as well. Like you're both out in 5th place, so that's nothing to shy upon. Don't believe you get into the money, but nothing to really frown upon on that. It was always good games when you can get into a top 8, let alone top 5. So with that, we are going next into a Rogelio versus Yurikov over in the winners final. So this would be a 1st to 3, I believe, right?
Yeah.
This would be a 1st to 3 match.
But
Okay.
I believe before we head over there, we are going to go ahead and head to a short break before we get things on over in winners finals. Before we do on break, though, I want to thank the one and only Rico Suave for the massive raid. Speaking of Killer Instinct, and Rico Suave pops right back in, so definitely appreciate that. But we are going to be heading to a quick break. We'll be right back with some winners finals action over here on the Breakout series.
All right. Bet.
Contemplating all of my goals. Look, will I fold or will I chase them? I got adversity. 2 options. I can handle it purposefully, or I can let it murder me. But sign up for war, point out the target, show me the giants. Hold your applause, just getting started, sending the lions. Ambition ain't for the weak. I see it before I speak. Ready and willing, is you ready for me? With or without your end. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, 'cause I'm flying away. With or without my sails. Oh, you try to make me stay. Now there's nothing you can say, but I'm flying away. Now I ain't looking for handouts, I'm looking to stand out. Got the vision coming, watch how it pans out. I've been writing my plans down, trying to stay focused, put out the notice. Who the GOAT is, me hands down. Yeah, no time for arguments, cut out the politics, no. It's all my competence, I could cause your apocalypse. Ambition, it ain't for the weak, get it even when I sleep. Ready and willing, what you ready to say. But I'm flying away. With or without your end. Oh, you try to make me stay. No, there's nothing you can say, 'cause I'm flying away. With or without my sails. Oh, you try to make me stay. No, there's nothing you can say, but I'm flying away. Ambition ain't for the weak. I see it before I speak. Ready and willing, is you ready for me? Oh, you try to Whoa. Giant to a maggot, big boss status. Ain't gonna lie, I really wish they would like a cabin.
And welcome back to the Breakout series. We are going to be heading over into winners finals with some more Fatal Fury action. Toma, how are you feeling about things so far?
Feeling really good right now that I was able to get another glass of water, but I'm actually really excited to see Rogelio with the Billy Kane, but like I'm always excited for Yurikov just because he's a hometown boy from New York. So that's why I'm very happy to see him in here in basically like guaranteed top 3 at this point. And really showing his new sponsors like why they should have why you know their investment is working out, because he is a top level player. I've always seen him as a top level SNK player. So yeah, I'm just kind of excited to see how Yurikov plays, because he does play his Hoku a little bit differently than what we've seen with you know, some of the other ones like Urino, who was playing a little bit more aggressive compared to him, where he really kind of spaces it out and really picks his spot.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see how he chooses to handle things here against another Billy Kane that we've seen, just a character that can kind of just control the skies preemptively. They want to throw those anti-airs early, and we've seen Rogelio before just kind of throws caution to the wind sometimes. We've seen a couple of wake-up supers from him this time around.
Yep. We're talking about spacing out, and there you go. Got a little bit of a space out there by Yurikov and is able to get the neutral jump to kind of get in with a little bit of a combo and some damage there. But here comes Rogelio. Oh, kind of keeping Yurikov in the corner with that row. And now
they've also been a fan of that universal overhead. We've seen it a couple times from Rogelio. I like to call it the Scrooge McDuck because it reminds me of the old NES DuckTales game. But they're getting a lot of mileage off of it.
Yeah, and as you can see, a lot of that life is now gone from Yurikov. Yurikov is down to basically one pickle here, and that confirmed by Rogelio is able to close it out. 29 seconds in, Rogelio is up 1 round in this first game.
Yeah, this might be one of the only characters that can kind of keep Okutomaru on the ground where they pretty much don't want to be. And right now, Rogelio just making just a quick work so far of just putting Yurikov into the corner.
And nice, and another timely standing CE there by Rogelio, but Yurikov is trying to find. It looks like he's just trying to find a way to get in, trying to use his timings of his jumps to get to throw off Rogelio, but Rogelio just seems to find an answer every time.
Yeah, look for the hang time once again, but just got counterplay from Rogelio. They're cashing out the damage once again. Yurikov in the corner. Only a couple more guesses left for him. No anti-air from the side of Rogelio, but they're going to use our air rev blow to put Yurikov right back down. And a very dominant first game from the side of Rogelio.
Yeah, it just usually the tools that you would see Hokutomaru, like with the jumps and even the shurikens, it seemed like Rogelio had an answer for every time Yurikov would throw those out.
Yeah, we'll see if he can keep it up, though. It is winners final, so it is going to be a 1st to 3. So Yurikov has a lot of time if he wants to switch up the game plan, getting some meaty buttons there, and still in SPG.
Yeah, we're just pulling the rev guard there on Rogelio, but like I guess right now, this is a great response by Yurikov. Yurikov is able to get that life down for Rogelio, but now here comes Rogelio kind of coming back. Oh my God! Jeez.
I like the call there from Yurikov. He didn't show it too many times while he was in SPG, and the one time he needed to pop out the rev blow, it worked out for him. Finally getting themselves around here. Let's see if the tides are going to turn a little bit as they find another rev blow, and Rogelio's going right to the corner.
Yeah, that rev blow was just deadly right there. Great timing by Yurikov. And now Rogelio catches Yurikov there, though, and now we're kind of basically even on life, but with Rogelio in SPG. And Yurikov only has a little tiny sliver SPG left here, and he's taking full advantage of it right now. Oh, nice little...
The overhead on point. What a read from Yurikov. They came to life right now, showing us the cinematics. Yurikov finishing it off with style there.
I'm like yapping all of a sudden, and I just get like amazed at the timing and that by Yurikov there. That man ceases to always amaze me every time I watch him play. We're tied up 1 round apiece in this 1st to 3.
Yeah, you hear a commentator by the name of James Chen bring up before there are mind players and there are heart players. And right there, Yurikov just showing they're a heart player with that read. Ended up working out for him. But Rogelio has something to say about it. Getting no whiff punish off of the throw, but still using his walk speed very, very well as Yurikov answers back.
Oh, that nice overhead again by Yurikov to sort of get those confirmed. Getting the blocks in. Oh, but nice counter by Rogelio. And now, oh man, what is going on here? We got a nice throw tech by Yurikov. Just like a
looking like a bit of a scramble here.
Yeah, just kind of this like neutral game. Some cross-ups there, but nice confirmed by Yurikov. Yurikov is now going to try to push up some of that pressure. Nice defense by Rogelio to sort to neutralize that.
And another anti-air is on point for Yurikov as they close it out. It's looking like the movement's not going to be a factor here. They're continuing to confirm off of these lights whenever they get straight hits, and Yurikov is looking like he's cracking the code.
Yeah, I guess that first game was sort of just a download right now because you got Yurikov trying to just get in right there, but now Rogelio's getting an answer. Oh, nice rev blow right there by an anti-air by Yurikov, and now this is just a devastating combo. Still an SPG.
Yeah. That's exactly why Hokutomaru has probably the best rev blow in the game. It's an anti-air tool, and it just gets so much corner carry in a combo. A block super there from Yurikov. Doesn't have any super on deck to kill, but Rogelio in a bad spot.
Even though he's in overheat, just putting up the aggression, just not letting Rogelio press any buttons. Gets the whiff on the 2C, and Yurikov is able to take it.
Yeah, looks like Rogelio's just committing to that rev guard, but the short hops just keep on coming from Yurikov over and over, saying, if you're going to give me the pressure, I'm going to go ahead and take it, and you're going to have to live to see another day and figure it out later on down the line. Yurikov just coming alive once again. Another massive rev blow for the anti-air, and look at the corner carry here.
Oh my god, just getting that corner carry in, just really, the jump trajectories are just on point for Yurikov, is really throwing Rogelio off. But, oh, nice little overhead by Rogelio, and now he's trying to apply his pressure, getting Yurikov out of SPG here. And now, let's see if Rogelio is able to answer. Whoa, nice little escape there by Yurikov, and he's taking full advantage here, Non.
Yeah, the double jump to get over the super was absolutely masterful. And another huge read from Yurikov, seeing ones and zeros like he's in the Matrix, just absolutely running away with the momentum.
Oh my god, some of these like reads and like just fortunate situations for Yurikov is just crazy right now. Oh, but the whiff rev blow here, and now Rogelio should be taking advantage and is doing that right now, getting in the full combo, bringing Yurikov just about half life.
Yeah, they choose to go from here. Another Scrooge McDuck online, and they're going to keep the pressure going. Yurikov finds himself in the corner. No rev blow to bust out this time. See if they can use the movement to get themselves out of a bad spot, but those overheads just keep on coming from Rogelio.
Yeah, right now. And here comes the confirmed get. Nice cross up by Yurikov. Still gets a counter hit, but does get caught by that super, and Rogelio gets on the board. We're still on set point for Yurikov, but survival point for Rogelio.
Yeah, it seems like that's going to be Rogelio's like really good answer to the short hop pressure, just busting out that super. Another whiff rev blow from the side of Yurikov, though. Rogelio's going to make him pay for it, looking for a reset, and now we're just trading anti-airs.
Oh my god. Just trading anti-airs and just trading like legit like just neutral jump attacks. But here comes Yurikov, is trying to get Rogelio out of SPG, but gets caught by that super right there. And now, is Rogelio going to be able to close this out?
Up super is going to work out for Yurikov. Now he's on the attack. More rev guard from Rogelio, but the fadeaway C is going to go ahead and find its home. It seemed like for a minute Rogelio was getting lost in the scramble, but he was able to find his footing, and now we're going to tie things up 2-2 here.
Fadeaway C. Shout out to Mikal Bridges of the New York Knicks. Thank you very much.
I don't want to hear about none of that.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there. My big Knicks fan over here being from New York. Moving on to the Eastern Conference Finals. All right. Anyway, we're not talking about basketball. We're talking about City of the Wolves here. And we're going to see. We're now tied up. We're in this final game. They know each other now. They know each other's game plans. We're probably going to see some haymakers right now.
Yeah, this is where you get deep in a title fight where like both players just kind of start respecting each other. Both fighters start respecting each other. And it's just become like a mutual ideal. We're just going to let it fly. Letting another rev blow fly. There is Yurikov, but it doesn't find its home once again, and Rogelio's going to find a big punish off of it.
Oh, man, that's a big punish. So bringing Yurikov all the way down to a third of life, but Rogelio is in SPG, but Yurikov is doing everything he can to get him out of it, and does, and now has a little bit of a life lead of his own.
Rogelio still looking for that rev blow, finds himself a 2B there, gets a nice little B&B. Yurikov finds himself in the corner, a bar super on deck, gets caught with the grab, and it's looking all Rogelio right now.
baited the super out. But Yurikov was not able to take advantage, and Rogelio is able to get the range. But nice teleport by Yurikov. Yurikov is able to get the confirm, and Nish should close it out. Gets on set point Yurikov.
The movement just coming in clutch for Yurikov there. It almost looked like he just delayed a whiff going over the top of Rogelio, finding that 2B to go ahead and close things out. And right now the movement just looking ever so potent, but Rogelio answering back.
Oh man, Rogelio's answering back. Oh, ooh! I thought he blocked that ball. He probably did block that first part of that rev blow, but not that second part. And Rogelio is paying the price for it, and is still paying the price on this juggle right now. Is already at half life. Oh, and a whiff throw again by Rogelio. Yurikov is taking full advantage.
Yurikov, stop it, man. You're too clean right now with the overheads. I love that animation in this game. Still on line of the SPG, though. Got to watch the rev blow. Looks for one out of the air. Gets put into overheat, and now out of SPG. This could be the opening that Rogelio needs.
Oh, man. Could be right now, but with the over... Oh, I thought he was in overheat, but not anymore. And now, oh, and here comes that big opening by Yurikov. Yurikov should be able to close it out with the level 1, and does. Yurikov takes winner's final. 3-2 over Rogelio. Rogelio moves on down to loser's final, and will face the winner of our next match. And I just want to say, like, dude, that Yurikov is sick and is like a killer out there, but dude is the nicest man in the world. He's such a nice guy. It's like seeing him like this, it's like scary. I feel like he's like two different people when he's playing and he's mashing buttons, and when he wanted to shake this guy's hand.
Yeah, it's always the quiet ones you got to look out for.
Yeah.
But as we see it on the screen here, Yurikov just able to confirm off of his lights. We talked about it before. It's such a big thing in this game, and to be able to get those BMBs into super when you do need to hunt out that damage. But Yurikov was just making excellent reads the entire set. I mean, it was a close one at the end of the day, but his calls for the overhead off of the rev guard and then whiffing throws like that, it's some of the sickest reads you can see. And if you don't like this game yet, this set, I'm pretty much sure made you fall in love with it. You know?
No, and this is why I love this game. Like all these different sort of like layer 2, layer 3 reads, like they're trying to go that basically Rogelio thought he had the throw, and that overhead like animation is just, those things is what excites me about fighting games. There's always like a counter. It's always about the feint. It's always about the counter play. It's never about that first play. It's always about that counter play. And then even then the counter play sometimes in some of these cases in these games. And that's, yeah, if you watch that set, you're going to like this game even more. Like at least on the competitive side. I do agree. But that was just crazy. Yurikov, congrats. You're in grand finals. So I think you're at least guaranteed a small portion of this pot, I believe. If you haven't done it yet, go to ! Matcherino. I lost my page, so I don't even know how many codes we have left. But make sure you do ! Matcherino and finish those codes off.
Yeah, I help just throw some change in there. Absolutely free, does not cost you anything. There's a million ways to sign in over at Match Arena. I always make the joke that I logged in with my Taco Bell app the other day and claimed one of those codes. So no excuses. Share it to your friends, your family, your dog, anyone with a smart device to go ahead and just add the price. Because I mean, that is some of the best free entertainment you could possibly get here on the internet, Toma, with that match right there. So go ahead and just throw that a little bit of that change in for these players, because they are definitely putting the fireworks out.
It's not even your quarter. It's like you're getting the quarter from your parents and you're throwing it into the fountain. Like it's not even like, that's what it legitimately is. So just take the time, go to ! Matcherino, get it in there, especially if you love that match. And if you have the time, if you have the change, you can donate a little bit more to these players. This will actually motivate them to even come back to these brackets even more when you see the support that you give them. So I would love to see that, but like, I'm always going to support Yurikov anytime when I see him on TNS. Like, I'm always like cheering that guy on. He's again, hometown boy, like that type of thing. You know, like my New York Knicks kind of just taking it out on the Celtics. Sorry, guys.
All right, you get 3. Everybody gets 3. You're on thin ice, Toma. On thin ice.
I know. I only have 3. I know I said it twice. So I'll wait for it the last time before you really have to walk out.
All right. Well, with that said, anyways, we're not talking about basketball right now. We're trying not to, at least. We're going to be moving over to losers semis, where we're going to have Ryuki and Super Grenas. Super Grenas right now in a really good run with the character we don't see too often with that Preacher, and running into another top 5 performer here over here at the Breakout series. So we'll see what tricks Super Grenaz has up in their sleeve. We didn't see the first time we saw him on stream really go for that Fireball Oki setup.
Yeah.
But the last match we saw it a couple of times. So slowly, like an ogre, like an onion, those layers are slowly getting peeled back from Super Grenaz's game plan.
Yeah, I was gonna say is like we were talking about the air fireballs on Preacher earlier. Like, can you just like recap? Like, do you think the air fireball, sort of like the air fireball, like zoning, like game plan for a Rock Howard? Like, do you think that would be more effective here, or what do you think would be sort of an ideal game plan for someone like Super Granios that is just, excuse me, legit pressing buttons like confident?
Yeah. It just seems like Preacher doesn't really have the tools to get around that, so it's going to see how we, I forgot the Vox player's name, excuse me, that we saw Ryuki go against earlier on in the stream, where you're going to have to really time those dashes of when you want to get in, and Ryuki's going to have to really start betting the farm if he wants to break out of some of this offensive pressure of Super Grenaz, because we've seen them over and over. They believe in their strings. They're going to commit to that button and hope that you let go of down back at some point and try to cash out with some damage in that. So, hey, excuse me if you heard it before, but that game of cat and mouse just continues to show up, especially when we see Ryuki on screen.
That's actually kind of like how it is. Like, I personally enjoy the cat and mouse game. Like, I enjoy sort of that like little poke and chase type of thing. So that's me. Like, that's my personal like entertainment. Like, that's my ideal match. I don't know. You're talking to a guy that like loves to see just pokes and everything into like smaller hit confirms that go into the big moves, not like just raw big moves. Like wake up supers, cool, but most people on this level, they usually block it. Although, sorry, like you're caught to get caught with a couple of them, but you know what I mean though. Like it like awake, but like the poking game and that thinking, like trying to figure out where to open it up, where you can confirm. If you get the poke, sometimes you're just throwing the poke out there. Sometimes you're just throwing the 2A just to get something, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh, do I option select and confirm here, or whatever, you know, stuff like that. So, that's always been more the entertaining part, and so we're gonna hopefully see that in here between these two folks.
Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite kind of matchups that I would see in fighting games is always Zoner versus Grappler, because you know that like at any given moment, the dynamic of the entire match can change. Or even if it's not Grappler, just like a rushdown character versus a Zoner, it's that battle of it's even as a viewer, it's like you're slowly creeping up a hill, and at any point, the rushdown character can get their hands on him, and everything's going downhill in the blink of an eye. So we'll see if that turns out to be a true statement here, as it is going to be Ryuki and Super Grenaz over here in loser semis. Again, the air fireball game started early, and a great pick up there from Ryuki.
But right now with Grenaz with SPG right at the beginning is just going at it right now, bringing Ryuki into SPG, but that's going to be gone in a second here after you finish this combo, as Grenaz is just pressing all those buttons again confidently. But nice little wake up DP by Ryuki to sort of stop that pressure a little bit.
Yeah, Ryuki taking a chance there, knows that they're in a massive life deficit, just taking the chance, but Super Grenaz once again just coming in with the Rekka series, putting themselves in overheating the progress, but they're going to go ahead and find themselves a punish, and Super Grenaz just once again believing in his strings, pressing the buttons. We saw a dropped combo just lead into a crouching C that found its home, and it was just no one looking back from there.
Yeah, no looking back right at all. And as you can see, it's like you get some of the air fireballs right now, and now the ground fireballs by Ryuki. One gets caught by Super Grenaz there, but like sort of keeping Super Grenaz at bay until we get that throw. Fireball set up on the Oki right there, and that's perfect for Grenaz. Grenaz is now putting all that pressure and keeping Ryuki in the corner.
Hitting the Super, not choosing to go into the hidden gear there. Thought that was enough to get out of SPG, but they were ready for the rev blow. Either way, that's going to be a big-time punish from Super Grenaz, and they have not let go of momentum since they grabbed it early on in the set, and that's going to be a quick first game for Super Grenaz over Ryuki.
Oh, that... I don't know how Ryuki's going to be able to respond, but he needs to respond if he wants to survive here. And that is a great response right there, stopping a little bit of that momentum on Super Grenaz, getting those hit confirms in, and now putting Grenaz in the corner.
Yeah, staggering their offense, knowing that Grenaz wants to go ahead and try to challenge. Right, they did challenge with the DP, got their way out, but still finding themselves in the corner, and committing to the strings is Ryuki this time around. Nice little juggle combo, and here comes the Oki.
Oh man, but nice jump, nice little hop in actually by Ryuki. Was able to catch Grenaz and confirm on the jumping jumping B, and that was able to take it and get the first round in game 2.
Giving Super Grenas a taste of their own medicine at that point, just staggering their offense in the middle of their strings when it seems like Grenas wasn't ready for it. Does have that SPG up front. Not too many rev blows thrown off the rip, and Ryuki going back to the air fireball game, chasing it right down.
Nice little throw break by Super Grenas on there after the run, but that little overhead by Ryuki is now able to get some of that offense in, pushing Grenas all the way to the wall, and now... Oh, nice little anti-air there, but no confirm on the combo. Well, not spoke too soon. There was a confirm there on the second part of that string. And Ryuki is able to get that game. And now, that was a quick game where Ryuki took it. We're tied 1-1 in loser semifinal.
Not now.
Yeah, it seemed like Ryuki wanted to start that zoning game off in game 1. It didn't work out for him, and he looked at Super Grenas and was like, all right, man, if this is how you want to do it, it's how we're going to get down. And just completely matched their energy, and Ryuki tying things up 1-1. And now going back to the air fireball game, but Super Grenas just walking back and giving up a little bit of space off of that.
It was a boxing match. Now it's turned into like a quick MMA match at this point because they're just all now pressing buttons. And speaking of pressing buttons, Granius is now going all the way, bringing Ryuki all the way to the corner. Going to get this combo to get him out of SPG, or almost out of SPG. Was shimmying, baiting for a throw. Did get him out of SPG. Oh, but a whiff on there. Granius was still able to take advantage.
Yeah, it seems like when Grenas has their opponent at SPG and they have the rev blow online, they're just going to let that thing sing. And Super Grenas right there, just the momentum just going back and forth here, finding themselves around. Let's see how Ryuki responds, because that's the important part, is how you're going to respond to the situation. If they're going to go right back in, or if they're going to play the zoning game.
I think they're kind of going right back in. Nice throw there by Granius. Granius is going to throw the fireball for the Yoki. Oh, nice little counter hit on the knockdown for Ryuki there. Oh. Now we're playing the zoning game right now, but here comes the end for Ryuki. Ryuki's able to get the DP in, no shimmies to stop, to sort of bait anything out, but still putting the pressure in.
SPG offline as well. Let's see what Super Grenas does to bust himself out of a bad situation. No attempt at the DP yet. Continuing to jump, but Ryuki's ready with the air-to-air, continuously throwing out that jump D, but a nice punish from the side of Super Grenas. See if they cash out some super to get Ryuki to SPG. Drops the combo, picking it right back up, but gets met with a rev blow from the side of Ryuki. They're letting it fly here, Toma.
Oh my god, it's just back and forth right now. Granius is trying to close out this round, and another rev blow to come and reverse it out. Ryuki's able to go and confirm it. Oh, this is a hidden gear. He still had a sliver left. This is devastating and does... Wait, does it kill? Okay. That was a weird animation. That was such a weird animation. I was like, wait, I thought he killed. Did it? Yes? Yeah, okay. So, Ryuki goes up, ties it up. We're in final round here of game 3. Winner take all.
Ryuki busting out with the rising tackle there, but here comes Super Grenas back on the attack. Hidden gear is online. See if they spend it to take the SPG off the table for Ryuki. Continuing to the string. Gonna save it for one more guess, and they meet the rev blow. This is gonna be so much damage, Toma.
Oh, it's so much damage right now. And I was trying to get some of the timing in there with that knee. One more hit will close it out. Granius takes it and moves on to losers final. What a match there. That, even though it felt quick, that final round, that final game was just insane. You got Ryuki really trying to control the spacing, keeping up his pressure, but then Granius was just said, nope, hold my beer, and just took it back and showed us that why he should be over in losers final.
Yeah, we talked about how this game allows like player expression from their characters and everything like that. I've seen Preachas go in, but then there's Super Grenas going in with his Preacha. Just continuously in overheat, spending all the meter to get their corner care. We saw that meaty fireball setups a couple of times, but it seemed like when they had their SPG online, they were letting that rev blow sing, Toma.
I almost want to like ask Granius. I was like, do you know what meter management is? Because I don't think he cares. Like, you know, like he's just letting it rip. Like, in this round, in this game, in this match, I should say, I don't believe he got into overheat at all. But we've seen him go into overheat in other games, and he still did not care. He kept pressing buttons. He was so confident. We've been talking about it all night. He's been so confident with his button presses. But like, yeah, I just kind of want to go to Grados and be like, you know, there's a rev meter on the bottom of the screen, right? That you have to manage. I don't think he's managing it at all. He's just like, nope. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm just letting it rip. He's just pushing all in on all his chips, like every time. Like that's all he just wants to put on that offense. I mean that's the best. That's a great way to play. That's a great way for me to watch. It's entertaining as hell.
Yeah, bet big, win bigger. That is going to be moving Super Grenas over into losers finals. He's gonna have a date with Rogelio, who's the Billy Kane right there. So that opens up another dynamic. I believe we saw these two play. Have we seen them play? No, we
Yeah,
have
we
not
did.
seen them
Winner
play.
semifinal.
Oh no, yeah, winner
It's a run back.
semifinals. That's right. That's
It's a
right.
runner-back. It's a run back. So this is gonna be a run back for winners semifinals. Like the I want to say it was the first one that we saw tonight, but still.
Mhm.
Eesh. Yeah, I mean, that was Rogelio was able to stop it. Like we thought that it was a 2-0. It was pretty comfortable. I remember it being
Mhm.
somewhat more comfortable for Rogelio, but he was literally able to stop, or whether stop or just have an answer for all of Greñas's timing. So maybe he'll try to bring that back here, but we'll see if Greñas actually will have adapt. I don't know. I don't know really what to think here. What are you looking forward to see in this match?
I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's just getting in and then continuing that pressure for Super Grenas is probably going to be the issue here against a Billy Kane. We saw that 2-0 in the first one. It was a lot closer than it does look on paper, but we'll see if Super Grenas can just will his way to victory here because he's just playing with so much confidence. But we'll see if Rogelio just shuts that down early.
Oh yeah, but remember, folks, this is first to three, so they have more games to play with than in that winner semifinal. So maybe more games could be more advantageous for Greñas, but right now, Rogelio is saying, nope, like I am taking over this game, and he already got Greñas down to half-life. But notice that Greñas is in SPG in the mid-bard at this point.
Yeah, they might have saw something from the first matchup to just choose to put it in the middle. Right there, though, a great reaction from the side of Rogelio, and that's going to be a big-time punish. No super on deck to cash out all the way, but man, look at that life bar.
Oh, man, that life bar is, but now, you gotta remember, it's Greñas here. Nope, but nice confirmed by Rogelio. Rogelio is able to close it out and goes up quickly, 1-0. Long way to go. Still needs 5 more
Rogelio
rounds.
just challenging these strings, maybe saying like, oh, if you're going to commit to things on block, I know that those things are negative. I'm going to find myself a punish off it. Rogelio playing very smart and just kind of meeting the pressure of Super Grenas. But now Super Grenas just kind of taking a step back on the fireball game to see if they can bait Rogelio into something.
Yeah, bait him into something, but that long freaking stand, that jumping B is just like crazy. It's so far range. Like, look, again, another little air attack right there. Look at that range on there, and now is getting Super Greñas at bay here. Nah, and a whiff on Greñas, and Rogelio is taking full advantage.
Super Grenas looking for that rev blow. Rogelio's not in the SPG, but you got to watch that rev meter's getting pretty high right now. But throwing the fireball to try to get back down low. Does have those 2 bars of super. Let's see if Rogelio chooses to go in, looking for an air rev blow there, but no one's home. Catching another 2B though, a B&B. What's going to be the Oki?
Oh, another air attack right there by Rogelio, and Rogelio was able to close it out with I believe that was an air rev blow actually, and closes it out, gets that first game relatively quickly, and looks like relatively comfortably too. Let's see how Greñas adapts.
Yeah, it seemed like Grenas was just trying to change the gears, but Rogelio was ready for it, just staying calm. Where Grenas is confident, Rogelio's meeting him with the calmness. Was looking for the overhead there, got challenged from a standing A from the side of Super Grenas, and they're going to jump right out of the corner for free.
Oh, here it comes. Oh, there's the confirm by Grenas. Grenas is now going full expression on that combo. Gets the neutral jump to even can get another confirm. This should get him out of SPG, Rogelio, I mean. And now Grenas is just doing the full expression there, but gets out of the corner.
Yeah, and you know, as Super Grenas gets into SPG, we're going to see that red blow fly. Rogelio trying to use the red guard to get himself some space, but the anti-air super finds its home, and now Super Grenas is online with that fully loaded gun, immediately looking for the red blow, but putting themselves into overheat in the process.
Oh, but you know what about Grenas? He just does not care. He does not care about meter management. He just let it fly and is able to close out that round.
Round 2.
Yeah, it's just, it seems like he's not thinking, but there is a method to the madness. I assure everyone at home that Super Grenas is playing calculated.
Oh,
a little bit of a
being
miscalculation there in the DP, but Rogelio get a nice little punish there.
He's being calculated, definitely, for sure. It's one of those things that's calculated and kind of nuts at the same time. Like, it's that type of player, and those are the ones that are really scary. And now Grenas is really showing off more of his bread and butter combos right here, going off again, bringing Rogelio all the way to the corner. We'll see what the setup is here.
Good throw from Rogelio, getting themselves some space here in SPG. Got to worry about the red blow. Another great tech from the side of Super Grandas. The defense is on point, but a massive punish finds its home, and Rogelio is going to leave SPG. See if they convert into the Super 1.
No Super 1 there. That was a rare whiff punish by Rogelio there, and that was really paying the price, but nice little wake up by Rogelio to get some of the damage, and now we're basically just about even on life. Oh, a nice confirm again by Rogelio. Oh, going down to one last interaction, but nice little wake up there.
Not enough chip to kill, and Super Grenas is going to get the punish there. Rogelio was trying to take advantage of Super Grenas being an overheat, but Super Grenas actually just took his foot off the gas and just bided his time and found the opening he needed.
He was hoping that chip damage would take it off. It was not enough, and we are tied up 1-1 here. And wow, Grenas is now applying his pressure on to Rogelio. Oh, and Rogelio's in SPG already here. Oh, but nice little punish there with the rev blow by Rogelio.
B&B from the side of Super Grenas, slowly building up that super meter, commanding life lead, and the throw from Rogelio this time does get the back throw to put Grenas into the corner, but that SPG's online, and they're going to immediately look for the rev blow, and that is going to be a round for Super Grenas. As soon as you put the gun in his hand, he's firing away.
Get ready.
He doesn't. Dude has like a freaking like shotgun. He just does not care. He's just going all out on these buttons right here. But now we're playing sort of the neutral game, trying to get the spacing. Gets jumped over that long C by Rogelio. Super Grenas was able to still get in. Oh, but here comes Rogelio. He's trying to come back a little bit. Nice throw tech by Grenas. Oh, and now is able to get the confirm. Here comes Grenas going all out on the corner.
No hitting gear online. Cashes out with the super either way, though. The level 1's going to find its home. And look at the damage. Business decision time from Rogelio if they don't want to go down 2-1, but gets caught with the meaty button. And Super Grenas turning on the heat. Now up 2-1 here in losers finals.
Yeah, forcing Rogelio to guess for his life, and Rogelio guessed wrong there and loses that round, goes up. And Grenas goes up 2-1 here, and is going to try to close it out to punch his take at the face Yurikov, but Rogelio might have something to say about that.
See how it plays out here. Hunting for that 2B is Rogelio this time. Super Grenas on the back foot. Not throwing so many fireballs. Gets caught with the anti-air there. And another 2B is going to find its home for Rogelio.
Oh, man. Oh, no. Rogelio is able to get that long-standing C right there. But here comes Grenas is still able to push in, and now is an SPG. So usually when it's an SPG, he's able to just press all the buttons and use those gears. Oh! What? Oh, my God. Revlo versus Revlo. Rogelio is now coming back.
Yeah, enough hits on the special. Gave a big opening there for Rogelio to react to it. And right now, Super Grenas having to just defend to save his life there. A bar super on deck for Rogelio, looking for the 2B. One more hit should do it. Gets caught in the air, and the magic pixel is live. See if Super Grenas is going to do anything with it, but the wake up super for the chip. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. And Rogelio to find themselves around here in game number 4.
Yeah, game number 4. One round to 0 here. But that doesn't mean Super Grenas is at any disadvantage. Does have a level, does have a super in line, and is almost at 2 meters for super. We'll see how he's responding.
Yeah, the tough part here for Rogelio is he is getting the life lead. It's just Super Grenas. Once he gets that SPG, we've seen it throwing out the Revlo immediately. And the thing is with Billy Kane, a lot of his specials and those further buttons have a lot of active frames, so you get kind of caught in between and get punished for that.
Yeah, but right now, his timing, Rogelio's timing is working out for him perfectly as getting Super Grenas into... Yeah, well, I was gonna say overheat, but I was wrong. But like letting her spend her meter. But we're going back into the neutral game and seeing Grenas actually kind of zoning out a little bit with the fireballs. It's a little bit different here. And now Rogelio is able to get the confirm.
Yeah, I got him at an SPG, taking that option off the table. Now see if they turn up the gas just a little bit more, getting themselves a throw here. Guess for game situation for the side of Super Grenas. They look for the grab, but get met with a big stick from the sky, and Rogelio tying things up 2-2 here in losers finals.
Going into the final game of losers final. This has been a great match so far. We're going to say it goes down to 1 game, and they get the right to face Yurikov in grand finals.
Yeah, they're laying it all out there. I love the kind of change of pace from Rogelio there. They realized that Super Grenas was in SPG. They're going to let the Rebel fly, gave them some space, and then just went right back in from the skies looking for another jump. See, there is Rogelio.
Yeah, just knowing where their SPG is, like, and if there's a newer players in this, like that's actually kind of important, like trying to do some counterplay, knowing where your opponent's SPG is and trying to react to it. As we're kind of going in, there's lots of neutral jumps. Oh, nice little jump run under by Rogelio, and Rogelio is able to get a little advantage here, get some little bread and butter combos in, and get some damage. A nice throw tech to sort of turn the tide and return to neutral.
Gotta watch out for the rev blows now when anti-air lands for the side of Super Grenas, and they get the juggle off it, but that's gonna put Rogelio and SPG in favor. See how they both choose to navigate this. Super Grenas has been swinging big. It went over the top. It didn't punish, but Rogelio with the reaction enough to find themselves a low, and now just trying to chip SPG out of Super Grenas, finds himself a throw. Now they're in overheat with one bar. Super whipping a DP, and Rogelio just has all the answers right now, and they're gonna take an impressive first round over Super Grenas in game number 5.
Oh my god! It was like whiffs back and forth. It was not working out for Granos there. Granos has to do something here, but oh no, here comes the special by Rogelio. This is going to be a lot of damage, but this will put Granos into SPG.
Seems like Rogelio has him right where he wants him, jumping back, trying to hit the SPG with the jump button, but it's not working now, and Super Grenas continuing to let it fly. As long as they have the gauge for it, they're going to continue to let it rip. See if Rogelio tries to get him into overheat here.
Guess that rev blow is in plus frames? Because I noticed that.
Yes, it is.
I get because he wasn't punishing it, so I just noticed that. But regardless, oh no, here comes Rogelio. Rogelio's get the confirm. Gets a little overhead as well. Caps chipping away and catches Granos pressing a button. Rogelio, congrats, man! You made it to grand finals, rematching Yurikov. Yeah, your run back. What a match!
Good news in grand finals. Bad news. It's against
Yurikov.
But we'll see if Rogelio has what it takes to pull it out there. I love the adaptation we saw from him. It seemed like Super Grenas was just going to go ahead and push out their game plan, but Rogelio was able to calm the storm just a little bit to go ahead and find the openings they needed and cash out big time damage.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just like, you saw, even, like, I wanted to say, like, Rogelio was actually not necessarily just always, like, rushing it down and everything. But, again, it was mostly, like, timing. Like, was able to catch. There was like one interaction, we'll probably see it on replay, where Granos was just like whiffing everywhere with like the DPs, the rev blows, and it was just stuff like that. There's another one, just catching a rev blow and doing a counter rev blow to stop Granos. Just all these reads and just reaction times by Rogelio is just that's what got him the round, and he's the only one that was able to answer Granos tonight. Everybody else had a lot of trouble with Granos. He was the only one that wasn't. So
yeah, it was just the patience, understanding that Super Grenas just wanted to swing so big. But speaking about his opponent, here's Yurikov's top 8 stats. As you can see there, this is their first grand final appearance in Breakout Series for City of the Wolves. They got that brand new sponsor, and they're just on fire immediately over here at the Breakout Series. Another first place at Final Fury City of the Bosses #2. And if you look at that match point conversion at 83%, so they're able to close things out when they need it.
Yeah, when they can close things out. But I'll say he also got top 8 in a pretty stacked bracket, of 60 people over at DIY. So this dude is a massive offline player too. So I am not surprised. I'm surprised that this is his first grand finals appearance in Breakout, I'll be honest with you, but I'm not surprised that he's actually made it this far in general. Like, he is that strong of a player. I believe he got 4th place at DIY. So like on these offlines and onlines, Yurikov is such a strong player. But no slash to Rogelio, no shade to him too. He's doing everything he can to get into the grand finals himself, and was able to. Just has a long hill to climb, but the match point conversion at 80% is really good. Also, his first grand finals appearance as well. So yeah, it is my first time actually kind of even seeing him in a lot of different of these brackets. So but it's nice to see a different style Billy Kane.
Yeah, completely different from what we've seen so far. They're not really interested in protecting the skies too much, but those long range pokes are super potent. So we are going to have a new champion crown here today. It is going to have to be a double jeopardy from the side of Rogelio. They have to get the reset and then win it over the top of Yurikov, and Yurikov just has to win 3. But let's get right into it, Toma. Grand finals for week number 4 of City of the Wolves, the Breakout Series.
I'm still disappointed that I don't get to see Mai, but that's okay. I love the fact that we have some high-level matches right now. Oh my god, we got... Rogelio is really just applying his game plan on Yurikov. And now, but Yurikov, oh, nice little anti-air with the with the standing A right there. I believe that was a standing light.
Yeah, well, remember the first time we saw both of these two play, it was a 3-2 match right here, so it's going to be a close one. But right now, Rogelio just cashing out the damage big time. A wake-up super for Yurikov to break up the monotony. And they're looking for, oh, that was a safe jump setup. I love the call from Yurikov, getting the punish off of the super there. And they're going to take Rogelio all the way to the corner.
Oh, man, yeah, Taker, you're right now being an overheat, but Yurikov just not seeing the care right now. Oh, no, but... Oh, I thought Rogelio was able to close it out. Okay, he is able to close it out there. Rogelio goes up one round in this first game.
Yeah, that's the win button, it seems, for Billy Kane players. That 2B is just so fast and it has deceptive range. Right there, Rogelio just able to find a lot of damage off of it. And right now, decent little lead over the top of Yurikov right now.
Oh, little overhead, like jumping overhead by Rogelio there. And wow, another little super right there. And now we got Yurikov down more than half life, but nice little teleport there. And now Yurikov is going to apply his own pressure, gets a cross up on the run. Rogelio is able again to stop it.
Yeah, that air rev blows worked out for him a couple times already. Sniping him out of the sky is Yurikov right now, but has a massive mountain to climb. Opening things up early there with the neutral jump into the super. He kind of mix up to get off of it. An air-to-air lands for him.
Nice throw attack by Yurikov. Yurikov is able to just block all these strings right now. Gets his jump in. Went full jump. Gets that bread and butter combo going in. Gets there. Oh, does he have a super lined up? He gets a level 1. Yes, he does. Gonna spend it.
Yes, for game situation, they do have the super on deck if they want to bust out of a bad spot. Using the rev guard to get some space. Finds himself out of the corner here. Going to the skies is Yurikov, and the short hop is going to spell disaster for Rogelio. Now 1 round apiece. As advertised, it's a close one, Toma.
Oh, man, that short hop was devastating right there. And get that, close out that round. Whiff throw by Rogelio trying to get in. Missed rev blow again. But catches with the weight. Oh, catches him with the super. And now Rogelio is pulling all of the stops here, just putting all this pressure, trying to keep Yurikov at bay.
Yeah, I like the call going for the air rev blow, knowing that a character like Okotamaru is going to want to take to the skies, but Yurikov still looking comfortable on the ground here, but gets caught with another 2B from the side of Rogelio. They do have the SPG online. Got to watch out for the rev blows once again.
Going with another air rev blow on Rogelio. He's really just going crazy, using those in the air, trying to get Yurikov at bay. And actually is able to confirm and close it out. And first blood goes to Rogelio.
Yeah, I love the game plan there. Just protecting the skies completely and not doing it from the ground either. It's been a lot of air-to-airs with the rev blow, and it's been working out for him. And that 2B just ever so potent, Toma.
Yeah. Right now, that 2B is what is kind of carrying him through this match right now. And oh god, another nice confirm again by Rogelio. Rogelio is able to continue this combo, bringing Yurikov all the way to just about half life.
Yeah, same way we saw round number 1 in the first game land. Looking for the overhead is Rogelio, but a great challenge from the side of Yurikov. And look at the corner carry off of this one.
Oh, aided the throw, but Yurikov was not able to take full advantage. Another air rev blow by Rogelio, but did not connect. It was blocked out, but the teleport, it gets into a full confirm by Yurikov. And another overhead on the miss by Rogelio. And no, man, this is not looking good for Rogelio right now.
Yeah, the overhead we saw a lot in the first game that these two played against each other. Excuse me, the first set we saw on stream. A wake-up super there from the side of Rogelio, looking for the Scrooge McDuck once again. But that 2B just keeps on finding its home, and Rogelio on the verge of going up 2-0 here.
Oh, man, this is getting quick right now. We got, nice little confirm on the neutral jump by Yurikov. Is able to keep that momentum, gets the full air rev blow there. And now... trying to figure out the neutral spacing, and now Yurikov won that neutral battle and now is applying his pressure and damage.
Yeah, all Yurikov right now. Still sticking in the SPG, hasn't been touched yet. That's the first hit for the side of Rogelio this round. Looking for the SPG, but we've seen Yurikov whiff that a couple of times in the first set they played. We see it again here now in overheat. Let's see if Rogelio can take advantage of it.
Oh, jeez, that whiff though by Rogelio. I thought that was going to be damaging, but Yurikov is still able to stay alive. Yurikov is now eating some damage there from that big cane by Billy Kane and gets into that level 1 super. And now, oh no, this is going to close it out for Rogelio. And you're right, Rogelio goes up quickly 2 games to 0 here. he could be up for a reset.
You bounce around
It's
more than you
looking like it, Toma. Let's see if Yurikov can fend it off. It doesn't seem like he's lost. It just seems like Rogelio just keeps on getting the most out of these interactions.
Yeah, definitely so. And make sure you get to put in the Matcherino, exclamation mark Matcherino, put in more, claim those codes out there, please. We still have some codes left, but we do have the pot brought up to $33. So these guys are playing for that dough right now, as Rogelio he wants his share. He wants his lion's share of it.
Hunting for it is Rogelio, but Yurikov right now with a decent lead. Another great anti-air lands for him. Rogelio going back into the corner, and the SPG still online for Yurikov. Gotta watch the rev meter though.
Oh man, but he's able to get that super in, and now we're down to one interaction left. I was just waiting. I was like, is he gonna like hit? Is he gonna hit? Is he just gonna hold the rev button for rev guard? Like, what's going on? But we got one round to Yurikov here. He gets on the board.
Short hops working out for Yurikov there. Right there, air rev blow to go ahead and stop the anti-air from Rogelio. First time we saw that. A wake up super attempt. Getting the full block as Yurikov still in an SPG, carrying Rogelio to the corner.
Oh, gets that full juggle there. We only have one level of super for Yurikov. Oh, but nice confirmed by Rogelio. He's trying to answer back. Oh, no whiff punish or no block punish on the blocked rev blow for Rogelio there. Yurikov got away with one. And now let's see how Rogelio is going to be able to respond even though he has low life.
Yeah, Yurikov and overheat does have that super on deck. Trying to frame check with the super. It seemed like Yurikov just let go of block for a little bit in that jump. Got caught with it. Rogelio on just one hit away, but he continues to chip away at Yurikov right now. In the corner, playing the rage game, gets the guard break. That's going to be the opening that they need. Rogelio stealing the round away. I can't believe it, Toma.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I was sitting there just waiting for Yurikov to come back to close out that round. But Rogelio was just being patient, just keeping up that pressure at the end. It was just almost like false pressure in a way and caught us all off guard. But now Yurikov is kind of answering back, goes into the hidden gear here. This is going to be a lot of damage. This is probably going to be about 75%. Like,
respect the burn there. Did put themselves into overheat, but because it's the hidden gear, they're going to go immediately into cooldown. I like the call there from Yurikov, blocking another super, and it looks like Yurikov is going to catch us some damage. Not enough super on deck to go ahead and find a kill, but that's going to hurt big time.
Oh, yeah, it's going to go in there, go into one last interaction, and goes with the overhead. And that call out right there closes out that round and gives Yurikov the first game.
I'm no doctor.
I know production can see it on their side, but every single time Yurikov lands that overhead off of those situations, I'm almost falling out of my chair. I'm reeling back so hard.
Yeah.
That is one of the coolest call outs you can do in this game.
He's done that like 6 times tonight. Like he's done it a bunch, and it's a really cool move to see. But 2, it is a hard call out, and that is just crazy. Like that's just how well Yurikov knows his game and knows his opponents. Again, does the call out with that baited throw, goes in with that overhead, and goes in with that full combo, and now.
That overhead might have woke up the demon, Toma. Right now, Yurikov looking like an absolute freight train, staying in SPG and just running away with the momentum. Now trying to tie things up 2-2 here in grand finals.
I assure you, Yurikov is a very nice man. He is a great guy to meet in person. But he is just being a killer right now with these buttons in this match.
Great opening from Rogelio there. Got caught with the 2B on the landing of the air stall there. Yurikov out of SPG. Gets the throw though. See if they can start their offense off of this Oki.
No, missed air rev blow by Rogelio, but still is able to get the positioning of Yurikov in the corner. Still apply some of that pressure. Gets the overhead again, but here comes Yurikov to get out of that corner, and oh man, nice wild punish by Yurikov, able to spend the super there.
Getting the overhead again. The rev guard from Rogelio waking up with the super. Not going to get a lot of damage off of this, but they are going to set themselves up for another opening, building up that super meter just ever so slightly.
Oh,
but the 2B final Rogelio is going to tie things up here. It's going to be final game, final round. Will we see a race set, or are we going to see some more Fatal Fury tonight?
We'll see how it kind of goes right now. We're going to move it on. Nice little teleport. That was like the first teleport of this set that we saw by Yurikov. But nice little rev blow. Man. Oh, gets that good confirm there on that super. And now here comes Rogelio. Rogelio's going in there. But a wake-up super again by Yurikov. Yurikov is now putting all this pressure onto Rogelio. Rogelio's trying to use that fadeaway attack, but it's not working this time. He's not getting caught.
Slowing down the pace here a little bit, but a jump C is going to find its home for Yurikov. But once again, that fadeaway coming right back in for Rogelio, and we're going right back to neutral. Great tech there from the side of Yurikov. They're taking back to the skies, finds himself a punish. See if they build up enough super to try to close the things out. They're revving up the gauge. Is this going to kill? One more hit. The Magic Pixel's online. The rev blow to stay alive, but gets caught with the chip. And Yurikov is going to find themselves their first breakout title in week number 4. Taking it 3-2 over Rogelio.
Is it 3-2?
Maybe you ought to cut back.
Yeah, I believe the scoreboard didn't get updated.
I was gonna say, is it 3-2 or is it 2-2?
Round.
It's
Oh, it's
2-2.
2-2. I got lost.
It's okay.
Scratch
It's
that,
okay.
scratch that,
No
scratch
one
that,
saw
scratch
that. No one heard that.
We
It's
didn't know.
2-2.
No one heard that.
No one heard.
It's
It's good.
on the
It's
record.
good. No, it's 2-2.
I got excited.
Alex Smith, you didn't see anything. You did not see anything. It's
no
okay.
one saw anything.
We're now going back into the match. It's now going to a final game, but seriously, Yurikov is able to bring this back. Could he reverse sweep here? He has the ability to do that. Maybe he downloaded everything on Rogelio at this point. And nice little rev blow there as we're kind of going in, but now here comes Rogelio trying to get in on the attacks here. Now he's trying to come back. Gets over with the bread and butter combos. Starts it off with the super there. Pretty much on even life now.
Yurikov not having a chance to use too much of that SPG. Finds himself an overheat now, looking for the low. See if Rogelio throws out some of these rev blows.
Praise, that's cruel, man. You have to clip that, really? Don't do that to my man. Don't do
I want that
to my buddy,
scrub
Don.
from the record. I'm going to have an anti-commentary reel that's just full of my scrubs.
Yeah, that's what we should do. We should do that as...
All right, well, now
Oh,
Yurikov's
it
going to
was
make
you
sure I'm not
stars?
wrong. Yurikov's got to close this out now.
Yurikov has to close this out, but right now he is not in a good position to do it. Oh, man.
From Rogelio, trying to tie things up here. There's the Scrooge McDuck. The overhead finds its home. Yurikov just getting chipped away. He does have the super to defend himself. Gets a cross up.
Oh, man. Yurikov is just trying to... he did not block that super that time. Eats it up, though. We're going to a final round in this grand final. Is it going to be reset point or tournament point for Yurikov?
Tournament life and my dignity on the line. Let's see who comes out on top. SPG on line for both players, but Yurikov with that fully loaded gun does have the hidden gear. But Rogelio's going to take him right out of SPG. Takes the throw, but gets caught with the air rev blow.
Oh, no. And here comes Rogelio. Rogelio is actually getting this bread and butter combo in. Has a level 1 super ready. Oh, but here comes Yurikov. Yurikov's trying to get in on that as well. Oh, but gets crossed up. Oh, this is not looking good for Yurikov. And as Yurikov loses that, Rogelio gets the round, gets the set, and the dignity is lost on non-factor. It's fine, my friend.
The
It's okay.
ultimate commentator's curse from my excitement. Apologies all around, but it is going to be a grand finals reset from the side of Rogelio. And now, see, what we got to do is we got to go back in the editing room. If Yurikov's able to win this reset, then we could just put that audio over the ending, and then everything will be fine.
Production has been great tonight, I'll say that, and also the TOs in the back. So Craze, Huey, Stars, you guys are always awesome in the back. But dude, you guys did him. You did non-factor dirty there. Like, you guys whoever clipped that, you did him dirty.
I only hear about that in the Breakout Discord for another month or so. You know.
I mean, it is now fodder. It will be now lore in the staff Discord over at Breakout. That is for sure.
All right,
It's
well, at
all
least
right.
it's not actually over. Things are back at double zeros. Both players with an equal chance to go ahead and try to steal this tournament here.
As we're kind of going off at and now here comes Rogelio. Rogelio is actually looks like he's actually adapted a little bit, but it has been close matches back and forth between Yurikov and Rogelio. So it's really just a game of fine inches at this point on who actually takes his match.
Both players also using that universal overhead a lot, and they're getting their mileage off of it right now. Yurikov in SPG, see if he goes for some rev blows. Ended up moving their SPG to the middle of their health bar. See if that comes into a clutch situation later.
Oh man, and here comes Yurikov. Yet building up that meter there. Spends the super right there as well. And catches Rogelio pressing buttons, blocks the super. Here comes a proper punish again. This should not kill, but it should give. Oh, okay, never mind. I got the mini curse. It's okay.
I'll take the big one, you take the small one.
So yeah, I'll take the small one. It's fine.
right, Yurikov up 1 round here in game number 1 of the grand finals reset. Both players just playing extremely solid right now, Tony.
Yeah, I mean they're playing solid right now. It's just we're trying to see what's kind of going on. We got Yurikov trying to get in on that, get in there onto Rogelio, but now not looking like he's able to open it up, and Rogelio's able to take advantage, get his first opening, and now bringing Yurikov all the way for a ride, all the way to the other corner.
Yurikov almost in SPG. Got to be careful now from the side of Rogelio. That rev gauge is pretty high right now. Looking for the short hops is Yurikov, but another block super is going to find its home. It's going to be some big time damage, some corner carry.
Oh, and we got a level 1 super on deck to be able to. Oh, missed rev blow by Rogelio. Oh, but didn't miss there on that air rev blow on your right there. And now he is on overheat at this point.
Yeah, trying to stick those pokes out as well to try to get Yurikov out of SPG, but a cross-up's going to find its home. We're going to go directly into the hidden gear. Big time damage, Toma.
Yeah.
Time to bet your channel points. Is this going to kill?
I got $1. I lost. Woo! I didn't think it was going to kill. It's okay, but Yurikov gets on the board here. First blood in grand finals reset goes to Yurikov.
Well,
First
that was
game.
easy. And I kinda
Yeah, Yurikov looking impressive. He's fighting off 2 things right now. He's fighting off Rogelio and the commentator's curse, and he's looking strong. Big cash out there with the hidden gear. Went directly into it. That's a clean 50%. Let's see how Rogelio responds here.
Yeah, we'll see how he responds, but that's the one thing that we can count on in this match between these two players. When one wins, the other one will adapt and will make it tough for their opponent. And as you can see, Rogelio has already responded, already bringing Yurikov almost to SPG, but here comes Yurikov with his own response.
Almost equal health. Now Yurikov almost in that SPG, looking for the low there, but the rev guard to get some space. Rogelio not really throwing out too many buttons right now.
Oh, right. Just not really whipping, trying to not trying to give an avenue for Yurikov to get in with that big hitbox of those long and high recovery frames of Billy Kane. Nice little cross up there, and Rogelio was able to take advantage, and now puts Yurikov in a big life deficit.
Also has SPG online, but it looks like Yurikov's going to take him right out, cashing out with the super. It's anyone's game at this point. Trying to go over the top, but the fadeaway C, once again, finding its home. And the teleport comes in. One hit should spell disaster for either player right now. Another fadeaway teleport.
Oh, no. All those whiffs on the neutral jumps and the standing 2As. Oh, my God. This is just crazy. Or the standing As, I should say. And now we got trying to get Yurikov trying to space out with the shuriken. Trying to stop Rogelio from jumping in the air using those air shurikens. Trying to just keep him at bay.
Yeah, Rogelio is going full passive now, but the thing is, they're not really throwing any buttons, but Yurikov does walk themselves down to the corner. And now Rogelio finding themselves a 2B, cashing out with a super SPG online for Yurikov now.
SPG is online for Yurikov. This is probably more advantageous for him. He does have at least 1 meter of super on deck. Ooh, that was a nice counter. That almost was like a guard break of some sort. But as we're kind of going in, oh, what a confirm by Rogelio. Rogelio is going full all out to the wall here. And now gets the overhead, but gets caught by the wake up super on Yurikov. And now Yurikov gets the back throw. And nice throw attack by Rogelio to take his turn back.
For another 2B conversion there, does have the super online. See if they can make anything happen with it. Yurikov coming right back in with the short hops, gets themselves a confirm. Taking them out of the skies. Catching up the super, it's going to be 1 more hit.
Oh, and right now, oh, right there with the fadeaway, A, jumping A. Yurikov does take that round, ties it up in rounds here, but Rogelio has 1 meter of super to play with and almost built up to his 2nd level super. We'll see if he takes full advantage of that.
Holding up is Yurikov. There's the overhead, finding its home once again. That's big time damage. See if they build up for some super to try to get Rogelio to SPG. They're going to go for the Oki Rev Guard from the side of Rogelio to get some space, but the neutral jump finds its home. And they drop, they dropped the combo in the middle of that, and Rogelio is just going to spit out that super one way or another.
Oh, man, and now, my God, Rogelio is now taking full advantage here. Spends the super there. We're basically at even life, and now Yurikov is out of SPG, but now 1 more hit will take it for either of them, really. Oh, there's the confirm by Rogelio.
One more guess here for both of them. Rogelio trying to look for the chip damage while Yurikov's an overheat. The air-to-air finds its home, and somehow Yurikov gets the winning end of that situation. Now up 2-0 in the grand finals reset.
Wow. All right. Awesome. This is you're getting some of your dignity back. I'll say that right now.
I just got to pop off twice as hard if Yurikov can pull out this last game.
Yeah, very much so. We're up 2-0 here for Yurikov. But Yurikov is going to try to close this out. But we've seen this before. There was a reverse sweep in the grand finals, but granted, it was on Yurikov's side. So I'm not saying that. I'm trying to say is that Rogelio has the ability to do that here. Oh, a nice neutral jump confirmed by Yurikov. Yurikov is able to get this combo in. Not able to build enough to get that level 1 super, but nice rev air blow by Rogelio to reverse the tide.
Still pestering with that 2B, committing to the strings. Yurikov, SPG online, but they're in overheat. Gotta watch out for the wake up super. They went for it, and Rogelio's gonna find themselves a punish.
Oh no, and now we get also an SPG as well, but spends the level 1 super there. And now Yurikov is in a big disadvantage, eats the overhead, and Rogelio goes up 1-0 here in this third game.
See how Yurikov's responds there. Seemed like they went to overheat. Rogelio was just able to take advantage of it. Now trying to take the skies, using that double jump, trying to bait something out from the side of Rogelio. Spinning the stick to break the shuriken, but they're going to dash right in. Find themselves a nice little punish. Rogelio's going to the corner.
I mean, run behind the fireball has always been like a meta in any of these 2D fighting games. And now Yurikov was able to do that. That was like one of the first times he's actually really did that to its full effectiveness right there. Putting Rogelio in a really bad spot. But granted, he is in SPG right now.
Yeah, watch out for that air rev blow. It's been landing a lot, but that 2B's also been landing a lot. They use it to confirm into a super there. Both players halfway through their SPG. Let's see who strikes first. Yurikov finds himself below, using the super to get Rogelio out of it.
Oh my god, and now we got Yurikov trying to jump in. Rogelio shimmying back and forth, but the back throw by Yurikov. Tried to use the overhead to get a call out, but was not able to. Oh, and now Rogelio was able to get that confirm on that standing B, and this is not looking good for Yurikov. We're now down to 1 interaction each.
One more hit to be able to close it out. Looking for the cross-up. Yurikov finds its home, and he puts himself on tournament point. The air mobility working out, and just able to steal that. It looked like Rogelio had him right where he wanted him, but just wasn't able to close out.
Cross-up was deadly, and now Yurikov is in an advantage situation here. 2 games to 0. Final round in the third game on tournament point, but right now Rogelio is not making it easy for him. But put Yurikov in SPG. We'll see how Yurikov responds.
That was a great throw tech, but getting the punish off of the whiff rev blow there. Yurikov getting caught with the low once again. So nice. We'll show it twice. B&B to take him out of SPG. Rogelio trying to put himself on the board. He whiffs the grab and gets caught with the super, and Rogelio is going to keep himself alive for just a little bit longer. Now 1-2.
They're really making you cook right now, aren't they?
Forgiveness, but alas.
I mean, Rogelio, that whiff throw with Yurikov, like Rogelio using that super, just great reaction time on that whiff punish. A whiff punish super is something I've never really said too much, but you know, it happened. Rogelio gets on the board, 2-1. Yurikov is still in the lead here. We'll see if Yurikov is able to close us out, or if Rogelio is able to extend this game.
Just getting caught low over and over. Rogelio continuing to find the home on the 2B there. Hyper defense from the side of Yurikov to get himself some space. Backing up now and throwing the shuriken, trying to play the zoning game.
He's doing a zoning game, and Rogelio was actually getting hit by those stars. Wasn't even blocked. Oh, nice come in by Rogelio there. Was not able to take full advantage, but put Yurikov into SPG. So we'll see how that how Yurikov will respond and what he goes out there with. He's just getting caught with some of these big pokes. He misses on the rev blow, and this is a proper punish. And Rogelio should close this out, and does. Goes up 1-0 here in game 4.
Got me sweating over here, Toma. All right, let's get into round number 2 of game number 4 here. Rogelio with a nice opening. Yurikov just another hit from going into SPG. Catching up with the super, going to go directly into it, actually. And Yurikov's going to find themselves in the corner.
Yurikov was able to use some of that jump trajectory to throw the timing on Rogelio off and brought some down into SPG already in the mid bar. Catches again on the short hop, but now Rogelio is able to try to stop a little bit of that pressure and gets out of the corner.
SPG online for both players, and now Yurkov just has to confirm he can go directly into the hitting gear. Let's see if he does it here to close out the round, or if he's going to be a little frugal with it. Spends it all to take the round, and he's going to tie things up 1-1 here. He's going to put himself back on tournament point.
I think that's a good call out. Like, spend it here, get the round, knowing that your opponent only has one level of super. Like, I think that's a pretty good, that's not a bad strategy in the meta right there. So right now they're basically equal. Like, they can only use the level 1 super if they play their cards right. Oh, but here comes Rogelio trying to get in quickly.
Looking for the wake-up super to break the offense of Yurkov, but he stays put. The big-time punish here to get some Oki off of this, but Rogelio entering SPG.
Oh, man, and now, oh, the air rev blow on with Rogelio. Now both are in SPG, but a whiff on with Rogelio there. But the jumping A kind of catches Yurkov off, and Rogelio's trying to take advantage. And now Yurkov still has a sliver of SPG left, while Rogelio has full SPG. Oh, but nice little catch on the shurikens.
Seems like Yurkov's trying to jump out of the way of the air rev blow of Rogelio. He keeps on getting caught in the landing frames there in overheat. It's all Rogelio right now. Should be able to go ahead and chip him out. Looks for the air rev blow and gets caught with the 2B on the way down. Now tied 2-2. I'm sweating bullets over here, Toma.
I like how you're sweating bullets for what your reputation right now. Like, it's not like these guys are sweating bullets. They're trying to win this money. They're trying to win pride. You're really just like, I'm sweating bullets because my reputation's on the line. So I'm cheering for you, man. Like, I want.
Yurkov's never gonna forgive me after that one.
I will always forgive you, but the production team is not. They're gonna call you out on it all the time. But here we go. We're kind of reset. We're going down to the final game of this tournament right now, of this bracket. We're going to see who gets it. Winner takes all in this. And right, Yurkov is able to take advantage, goes into a full combo, bread and butter, gets whiffs on the throw, but no one really take full advantage. And good defense right now. But here's an opening before Yurkov.
Yeah, both players just trying to bait each other into things. You see a lot of the fadeaway from Rogelio trying to catch the landing frames of Yurkov in the air, able to find a red blow there in the air. And Yurkov once again find themselves in over. He gets the spacing though, but not a big enough punish to really make an impact on Rogelio's light bar. Both players in SPG. Gotta watch the red blow.
My God! And now the long-standing B kind of catches Yurkov off guard. The super will take it. Oh, it doesn't kill though. I thought that was gonna kill. One more hit. Oh, chip damage does pull it off. Rogelio on tournament point. Sorry.
I'm the biggest Yurkov fan there ever was right now. As they open with a nice jump and attack, not able to get the combo off of it, and Rogelio finding that 2B once again.
Oh man, and right now we got Yurkov just sort of waiting out, finding an opening right now. Oh, but no, Rogelio is able to get that opening with that standing C, and is not able to get there. Oh, but now nice reversal by Yurkov. Yurkov is able to get some of that corner, spend the super meter there, and now gets the cross up, and now it spends his other super, and now it's just kind of going back in here.
Yeah, I like the choice to spend the meter there to keep Rogelio at an SPG. While Rogelio's been in SPG and Yurkov's been in burnout, that's how Rogelio's really just ran away with a lot of rounds. Yurkov now in SPG. See if they answer with a red blow at any point. 2 bars of super on deck for Rogelio. They're going to look for the anti-air, but it whiffs. Got to watch the throw part of that. Yurkov mindful on defense.
Yeah, I mean, that was good awareness there. We're going to a final round as Yurkov is able to close that out. We're going to see who gets it. Winner take all. Last round. Breakout series. City of the Wolves number 4.
Both players locked in here. It's been a tale of movement. A big jump in lands early for Yurkov. Big time damage. We're going to put Rogelio into SPG. See if Yurkov doesn't do the same mistake of finding themselves in overheat early.
Oh, wake up super there by Rogelio. He has something to say about it. Both are not in SPG yet, but we're kind of getting close. We'll see who gets it. Oh, a nice whiff, whiff punish by Yurkov. He's able to confirm, put it a little bit in there. Oh, but the rev blow kind of takes his turn back by Rogelio. And now Yurkov is down to 1 sliver left of SPG.
Yeah, and overheat as well. Gets himself a 2-way punish there. Not enough to take Rogelio out of SPG. Got to be careful blocking all these strings. Been putting him in overheat nonstop. Taking to the skies as Yurkov gets caught with the 2B. Cashing out with the super. And forgive me for the first time, but Rogelio is going to find the reset and take it 3-2 over Yurikov to close out the tournament.
Oh my God, GG.
This time I'm right?
Yeah, that was another reverse sweep too. That was the other way now. So like, remember, Yurikov did the Yurikov went up on this one, and Rogelio just took all 3 games, like going up. Like we thought that was going to happen, but this was such a great grand finals here. Like Yurikov looked like it was like going to take it at some point, but again, Rogelio with the patience and was just able to answer back. But like, no slash to Yurikov. He had some really hard call-outs, especially with that overhead, but it just wasn't enough, and Rogelio was able to take the crown for City of the Wolves number 4 for Breakout Series.
Yeah, it just seemed like a tale of Yurikov just being in overheat just too many times. There was a lot of, you saw Rogelio getting a knockdown and then immediately following up with a meaty attack that we saw for the armor break, but it was just continuously to rev up that gauge over and over against Yurikov.
Yeah, I mean, this was just crazy, that overhead right there, what we were talking about earlier. But look at all that aggression right now, and this should be the one where, Yurikov was able to get a lot of those confirms. But again, it was just such a back and forth. Either one could have won it. Like either one could have won this. It was just right now, Rogelio was just kind of came out in the end. Sometimes it's just kind of an attrition, like war of attrition. At this point, Rogelio just outlasted Yurikov here, and no slash to either. Both are great players. Yes, this was both their first grand finals at Breakout Series, but you guys are both great players. I hope to see you guys again soon up here in the top 8.
Yeah, just well played all around, and that was just the story for the entire top 8, this entire run, but it was just absolute fireworks to finish this things off with the reset, and both sets went 3-2, so it was as close as you could possibly cut it here. Just Rogelio just able to just kind of just manage the meter just a tiny bit better, and that's what really put him over the top here, and that's the reason why they're going to be walking away with the championship of week number 4, City of the Wolves here at the Breakout Series.
Yeah, so Rogelio's first championship there. I'm trying to think if there's anybody had 2 yet. Did anybody have 2 Breakout?
I believe it was Shadow X.
Shadow X is the only one that has 2, right? So, all right. So I guess in that case, then if that's the only thing, Shadow X still has 2 wins, and then you got Rogelio with this one, and was it not Evie didn't win it last week? Who was it? Or not Evie? Who was it that won it last week?
I believe it was Shadow X, if I remember correctly.
Then okay.
Shadow X has 3 and Super Grenis has 2.
Okay, there we go. I knew there was I was like, wait, I knew did Super Grenis had 2? So,
all right, well, as we look at our top 8 here, I mean, it was just action that was stacked top to bottom, Toma. From seeing Super Grenis just make the run with Preacher so far, and then Rogelio just coming in with the Billy Kane and playing a completely different play style that we've seen so far.
Very much so, and like I said, this top 8 was no slouch at all. Well, at least in top 16 we saw Aldilgor with a great Vox that was awesome right there. We also saw feature with Super Grenos. I like seeing this little variety. We saw a lot of Billy Kanes, and Hokumaru's and Hotaru. We only saw one Hotaru tonight, and we also saw Rock. So there was at least a little bit of variety tonight. But now it looks like Billy Kane kind of takes it in top 8 May events. Kind of takes the title on the picks. So we got, I just said those 3. Billy, Hoku, Rock, and Hotaru are there. And we did see one Terry, but that was back early in top 16, I believe. But still, regardless, we saw all these characters. Billy Kane is the one that came out on top tonight.
Yeah, it looks like this top 5 is what we're going to be seeing, but we talked about it the first time we cast together, that Billy Kane being at the bottom of a lot of people's tier list probably wasn't the right move, and these top 8 picks showing it here. It's a character that seems to be on the rise, and we're seeing the full strength of it here in the Breakout Series.
What I'm wondering is that I'm wondering if I'm actually interested in seeing possibly like a Kayan to kind of come in there as well, because I'm seeing him in a lot of other brackets. It's just that maybe it just didn't come in over here on this side yet, and hopefully we can sort of like get more of those folks to come over. But Kayan seems to be also like a really strong character. Granted, the only charged character in this game, but still like a lot of people saying he's top tier. Granted, week 3 of this game, week 4 of this game, you already have a tier list. We don't know this game yet, but it has been universal that Kayan has been sort of top 1. So I'm hoping to see that sort of kind of change up things if we can see it, and like how we did 2 weeks ago when we saw Billy Kane for the first time, like ripping up the top 8.
Well, that should do it for us over here at the Breakout series. If you love the action, make sure you did follow the channel. And I don't know if there's codes left, but do use that Matcherino command down below. I am Nonfactor. You can find me over on Twitter and Twitch at NonfactorFGC. Joined with me tonight was the one and only Tomadoc. Toma, where can they find you at home?
Well, you can always find me at Tomadoc or T0MA, D0C on Twitter or X. And on Blue Sky, that's usually my main socials, but I also do represent my organization, MTS, Mid-Tier Summit, where we nourish through gaming. That's our motto. You know, we do like charity events and everything like that as well. So, but with that, like, that's kind of what we do. But I always say thank you to the Breakout team for having me here. It's always a pleasure to have it. Thank you to Craze. Thank you to Stars in the back. Also to Huey, who I believe was also doing some TOing for this game. Thank you to you for commentating with me again, Nonfactor. You are always a pleasure. We will erase that little thing
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what's going on.
So about the Knicks, right? You know,
yeah, the Knicks are kind of going at it right now. You know, there's Eastern Conference Finals. Anyway, but with that being said, thank you to chat that's been there, and again, thank you to the players that have been in this. So again, have a great night, folks. Thank you again. We'll see you on Wednesday for Tekken 8, where Breakout will return. Have a great night, folks. See ya, and bye-bye.
Time if it was worth it. If you coming from my fam, then you know I take it personal. Say that you the goat, I asked around, I never heard of you. Like you wrote ahead and there's some things I had to hurt of. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Ain't no picking on me, y'all about to get me going. Yeah, pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Ain't no picking on me, y'all about to get me going. Yo, windows down, so all the haters see me. Back then they didn't want me, now they wanna be me. Keep the grass cut low, cause them snakes still sleazy. Always knew I had to glow, I just had to find a reason. Walking around looking like I own the place. I don't waste no food, man, I always finish off the plate and contemplate. Changes, baby, can't believe we made it safe. Something out of nothing, yeah, we made a way. So hungry, think I overate. Every single shot, then I'm thinking John Wick. Every loss got a lesson, every make got a miss. I can't even think of a man that had me terrified. We got options, pick your poison or just pick a side. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Ain't no picking on me, y'all about to get me going. Yeah, pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Pick a side, pick your poison. Ain't no picking on me, y'all about to get me going. Yeah.
Danny still not able to close it out.
My
Nick
God.
whipped.
Ethan has a Hail Mary.
Holy cow! They did it! Oh my God!
King Ray Jr., you can't be doing this. Actually,
Oh my God.
He's not dead.
Okay.
We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. We come to collect. calling my phone, yeah, but I'm all in my zone. They not a threat, tell them reset. When they at they best, we still not impressed. Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home, yeah. Bought a watch with the stones, yeah. Caught him watching my throne, yeah. Ain't no one doing the shit that we doing. Ain't nobody moving the way that we moving. Hop out the Sprinter and shoot us a movie. We pull up to Paxton and get us some jewelry. Rocking the newest, but that shit ain't new to me. Watch how I do it, you think that it's two of me. They just be fluffing and that shit is foolery. Coolin', but that shit ain't cool to me. I'm as hot as it gets, yeah, they not on the list. Took a shot of success, hit nothing but net, yeah. Said they hit the rim, changed up my number and took out the sim. I'm on my hustle, I'm back in the gym. I can be humble or I could go in. I go for the win. We got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. We come to collect. Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home, yeah. Now they calling my phone, yeah. But I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. When they at they best, we still not impressed. Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home, yeah. Bought a watch with the stones, yeah. Caught him watching my throne, yeah. Yeah, bitch, I'm young and I'm turning. If you play with my money, then your ass get burnt. I done came off the bench, I just waited my turn. I done jumped out the gym like MJ in the third. If you want it, I said you can get it confirmed. We done packed the whole stadium like we the one. Ain't in no run, this shit is done. Ball on these niggas here just for the fun. Got a dance, I won't try it. If I furnish the drink, they gon' buy it. Yeah, we 50 something, like it right. If I said it, then I be lying. Yeah, I know niggas hate all the time. Had to change up my routes, niggas stealing my song. And I know bitches ain't worth the dime. Had to change up my line, they be wasting my time. Yeah, we got it next. That's how you finesse. We come for they next. We come to collect. Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home, yeah. Now they calling my phone, yeah. But I'm all in my zone. They not a threat. Tell them reset. When they at they best, we still not impressed. Did it all on my own, yeah. Went and brought it back home, yeah. Bought a watch with the stones, yeah. Caught him watching my throne, yeah.
Hey, what up, say? Yeah, all my life I told them I would do this, now I done it. Even as a child, they tell me that boy, yeah, this Sunday. Now I seen them out, they ask me how the music coming. If I told them what I goes, I know they think it's so disgusting. Told them matter of fact, I said I'd rather not discuss it. Seem like every day I got another check that's coming. Training for a marathon, I'm building another pace, but I ain't have to train for this shit. Always knew that I would run it. I came too far for a grown man to tell me how to get mine. How y'all still talking, I don't listen, I swear we never align. Y'all ain't never done it, still give advice, I don't take directions from the blind. Just stayed on my job, but y'all unemployed, I told them go and apply. That's some real facts, but they won't listen, don't take opinions, y'all only give them. They crash on the road now, but I stay my line, I was always driven. Had to get it out, tunnel vision. Steph Curry, man, I'm never missing. Back in the day, I was in the office, now I'm getting paper like it's done to Mifflin. All my life I told them I would do this, now I done it. Even as a child, they tell me that boy, yeah, this Sunday. Now I seen them out, they ask me how the music coming. If I told them what I goes, I know they think it's so disgusting. All my life I told them I would do this, now I done it. Even as a child, they tell me that boy, yeah, this Sunday. Now I seen them out, they ask me how the music coming. If I told them what I goes, I know they think it's so disgusting.